Oh, no, I know, mate. Yeah, happily married, mate. Well, mate, it's been good having you at home.
No worries.
Yeah, you've had a top season. You must have been through with your season.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Pity we don't look like getting in the finals, but you never know. 2 big wins and we might get there.
Well, mate, you've had an outstanding year, and of course, plenty more good years to come at the Richmond Footy Club.
Thanks,
and
mate.
plenty more pathfinders to have from Leon. Well, a whole
Hope so.
another plug from this one. Mate, terrific having you. Thanks. Drew, he's an absolute star, and it's been a this is a really good place. And Drew, you'd love this shower, mate, because I know how much you love glass with showers. See you next week.
Yes, I do like to see plenty from the shower. Here is a live shot from the MCG, the Collingwood banner today, and somebody left out the second L in Collingwood. Please, 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 it's double L. Fancy not being able to spell your own team's name. KB, been a lot of fun.
Thanks, Drew.
And that's all in Game Day. Live football coming up soon.
This news update is brought to you by Australia's Colonial.
On 7 Nightly News, as the death toll continues to rise from the Turkey earthquake, Australia pledges more financial support to the rescue and relief efforts. The full story tonight. Also, do you know this man? He's been passing dud cheques worth thousands of dollars. Police say he has a book full of blanks and is still operating.
Keanu Reeves at the explosive all-action movie premiere Chain Reaction tonight on 7. This match in the 1999 AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by AAMI, Cadbury, Mitre 10, Ultra Tune and Sip and Save.
Sunday football from Football Park, and the pride of South Australia is on the line. It's Port Adelaide and Adelaide. It's a beautiful day here in Adelaide, and Port fans are smiling thanks to wins by Hawthorn and Carlton. They're in the finals. They can't miss out. Imposing sight. Out come Port. Big day for them this afternoon. The celebrations behind them, at least for the moment. They've got a football match to play. Hi everyone, welcome along to Football Park here in Adelaide for more action from round 21 in the AFL competition. And today it's showdown number 6, Port Adelaide and Adelaide. And what a big weekend for the Power. They've made history. They're in the finals. Normally, that's been the province of this team. The Adelaide Crows arriving on Football Park. It's a big crowd. And the Crows playing for pride this afternoon. Blighty's second last game. Out they come in the bright sunshine. But in the spotlight this afternoon, certainly the Power. Here's their coach, Mark Williams, talking with a former champ, Bruce Abernathy.
And first of all, Choco, congratulations. You're in the final 8. Does that affect your planning for today's game?
Not the planning. It certainly affects everyone's mentality. I'm sure that it's taken a huge weight off everyone's shoulders, and I'm looking forward to a real free-flowing game.
Now, what about Warren Tredrea? He's a key up forward. And he was touch and go. He seems to think he could play, but you've rested him.
Yeah, no doubt. We're looking forward to Warren playing well in the finals, and I think it really is a smart move not to play him this week.
Good on you. Good luck today, and certainly good luck in the finals. Back to you, Dennis.
Thanks, Bruce. And what about the Crows? Well, the reigning premiers can't make the finals. Last Sunday, thumped by 118 points. Here's Neil Curley speaking with their coach, Malcolm Blight.
Well, Malcolm, yesterday's results did Port Power a great favour and said it assured them a place. Has that changed your approach or tactics this game at all?
No, Neil, actually, because I thought they'd made it already anyhow, and I'd said that during the week, you know, that they'd won enough games to get there. So, no, it was really the issue is what we do, not what they do.
You've mentioned it may be a trench warfare fight today.
Well, you know, we've got to try and stop their run. I mean, I don't think anyone in the football world knows that they're not a quick side. So if we can manufacture some way to stop them and hopefully win some contests, we might be okay.
And you may be looking at the St Kilda tactics as far as ruckworth concerned?
Well, yeah, we're going to be a bit short, aren't we, compared to what they're going to put up. So, yeah, we'll actually do that and see how it goes again. I mean, Port will obviously know we're going to do it, so, but they've still got to do something about it, don't they?
All the best.
Thanks.
The 1999 AFL Coca-Cola Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger, the double quarter pounder with cheese. Foster's Light Ice for extreme refreshment, and the new Mitsubishi Magna 3.5, the next generation.
Joined now by John Platten. And John, the showdown, it's become a special week here in Adelaide.
Oh, a very special week, and this is where all the true supporters come out to vote for their favourite side.
What about some of the key players this afternoon? Let's begin with Nick Stevens. In terrific form last Saturday night against Melbourne.
He has been, and certainly been a consistent player all year. He's rebounded probably from the half-back flank or through the midfield. He's set up a lot of goals for the forward line. Young, exciting player, and he'll do well today.
Plays beyond his years. More experience comes from this man in the midfield, Josh Franco.
Yeah, Josh Franco, skillful player, plays most of his games through the midfield. I would think that he would be another exciting player for Port Adelaide.
Decorated player, this man, playing his 100th game this afternoon.
And what a game to play 100 games against Port Adelaide. He's just been an exciting player as well, and hopefully that he can get finish off the year on a very good note.
118 points last week, Adelaide beaten by. What do you expect from the Crows this afternoon?
Well, what Malcolm said during the week is it's not going to be pretty football, so he's going to be accountable and try and get at him as soon as he can.
Let's go man on man. Paxman and Jarman.
Well, Paxman certainly has had a great year this year. He'll probably get the job on Jarman. Very consistent year. Jarman probably a little bit inconsistent, being they're probably their best forward all year. But
55 goals still, you know.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, he will certainly have a big game today.
Mrs. Bond must hate this.
She would love it. Shane Bond, at some sort of the game, Shane and Troy Bond will certainly be on each other. If it's on the half-back flank, half-forward flank, they'll certainly have a great battle there today.
Troy came off the bench last week, only his 9th game of the season, but a talented runner. And finally, 2 hard nuts.
They certainly are, Dennis. These two boys are just at the ball all the time. Through the midfield, they certainly get a lot of possessions. Mark Bickley, probably one of his better games last week with 25 possessions.
So the stage is set as the skipper gets a kick away, looking for more of the same this afternoon under these clear blue skies. Look at this crowd, and Port Power marching to the finals, and the Crows, well, lamenting what might have been. Showdown number 6, it's the Power and the Crows back with all of the action right after this.
Now at McDonald's, you can get a bacon and egg McMuffin, a hash brown, a coffee, and your daily newspaper, all for only $3.45. The Good News Breakfast, only from McDonald's.
The Paris-Dakar Rally, 7,000 kilometres across the scorching deserts of North Africa. In a race that most don't even finish, the mighty Pajero has dominated. Its nearest rival, a mid-sized Mitsubishi Challenger. Now Mitsubishi has developed the Pajero EO, all the toughness and durability you'd expect, but in a more compact form. Mitsubishi, the toughest four-wheel drives from here to Timbuktu. It is Mitsubishi.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
find the right part for your car at AutoPro.
Okay, guys, this is it. If it was easy, everybody could do it. Your country is expecting the best from you. Remember, winners don't quit and quitters don't win. I know you won't let them down.
Okay, guys, let's do it.
Knit one, purl one.
Help these guys stitch up the Sydney 2000 Olympics on green and gold sock day. Buy your socks now.
I've got a stitch.
なんか紫色のが入ってるよ。
男でしょ。食べてみなよ。
With onions and that Australian slice of beetroot, the Macaws
No worries, mate. It's a beauty.
brings out the Aussie in anyone.
In a true television spectacle, you will be inspired by the girl who became a legend, Joan of Arc.
This feature presentation from 7 Sport continues our 43-year association with the AFL.
Sunday afternoon at Football Park. Good afternoon to Terry Wheeler. What a glorious day we've got.
Isn't it just wonderful, Dennis? And we saw Mark Williams earlier say that perhaps the heat's off now and he's wanting his players just to get out there and have a run. Well, he's got the conditions for that. I'm just not that sure that that's the best tactic for Port Adelaide against the Crows.
That's the question, isn't it, this afternoon? How will they come out? Let's go down to the boundary and Neil Curley.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dennis. Well, it does promise to be a great game. The weather's fine, and I love the Crows lineup this week. They've changed a few players around. Have a look at them, Terry, and pick them up and see what you think.
But Neil, Port Adelaide are in the 8th. The Crows season's over, but according to the fans down here, they are pumping it up unbelievably. I've got a tingle up my spine. I'm doing my best to keep cool this side of the boundary.
All the best, boys.
Okay, set to go. The umpires this afternoon, Alan McBurney and Coates. Footy Park is packed. Debris is really not a factor, looking at the flags on the scoreboard, hanging limply at the moment. Adelaide won the toss. Fred Allen's got the footy. And who will be the champions of South Australia through summer? Rucks go at it, knocked down by Lade. There's a chance for Franco. Lade's got it again, having a wonderful season. Puts it across to James, kicks inside the 50, but the mark is held in defence by Goodwin. Lays it off immediately. This is Stevens. Out of the back pocket towards half-back. Oh, how about that? Well, James, I think he was going to get penalised. He was running directly at the Crow, as you can see. Tyson turned around and the ball cradled in his arm. Kicks inside the 50. And Port Adelaide have marked yet again. And this is Barnaby French, who kicked from about 48 metres out. That's a good mark for the big man low down.
Well, certainly this is what the Port Adelaide need. They have played most of their better games when they start off quite well. So big Barnaby French starting at full forward. A great opportunity, probably 40 metres out.
So French, post. First score of the afternoon. Maybe. It's swinging back. Not a bad effort from there. Hit the post. It came a long way right to left.
Well, the result's just one behind, but it's what Mark Williams would have wanted from that first centre bounce.
And Terry, I noticed Brewer's got the job on Smart.
So there is real feeling inside this game in Adelaide this afternoon. Connell, one of 4 changes to the side, and they're all premiership players coming back into the Crows lineup. Connell, Allen and Robram both played in both premierships. Vardy in one, but French again. Big Barnaby French. On to Kingsley, on the left foot, probing to some 30 metres out from goal. Collins couldn't complete the mark. It's at ground level. Shot Cockatoo. Collins gets the first for the power. Live wire in the goal square. Pounces upon the error. Cleans it all up. 1 goal to Port Adelaide.
Well, it certainly came from Connell. Just a great mark here against Barnaby French. Taking another good mark around that half-forward line. Moved the ball on quickly. Great kick by Kingsley. Sent it straight down the full forward. Maybe Chad Collins just dropped an easy sort of mark, but the crumbs are there for Chad Cockatoo Collins. He's done that many times this year of kicking the first goal.
out by the power then. Cockatoo Collins came off on a stretcher in the second term last week after a clash with Guy Regoni. Getting the dream start here. Lays it down to Brewer. Got the quick hand pass away. Down went Lyle. Connell emerges with the footy. The Rodman not too long. Run down from behind. And that's holding the ball. Kingsley to get the free kick, I fancy. Plays on immediately. This is Schofield bouncing away from half back. Coming up towards the wing. This ground in glorious condition. Schofield pulls it back towards half forward. Well played by Franco. Made something out of nothing. Gets it to Bode. 40 metres out. Hooks just wide of the marker behind.
There's no doubt with the flags here at the arena here at West Lakes, the breeze is favouring the end that Port Adelaide are kicking to. Curls, to what sort of extent would that be?
I'm sorry, I thought
Just the breeze there, Curls.
Oh, maybe a goal. There's not a lot in it.
Is that talking or abusing?
James for Adelaide. Handballs into Risciuto. His kick up towards the centre wing. Over to half forward now, flying from behind Meads. That's on down. Smart playing in the midfield, taken in the tackle, taken low. Free kick to Nigel Smart. And 50 metres. A deliberate trip down at the ankles incurs a 50-metre penalty.
While we're on that, boys, interesting situation with Smart since he's gone to the wing. He set himself a contract every week to try and score 3 goals.
Well, here's his opportunity.
Now, Will, do you think that's worth 50 if it's a trip like that these days? I know it does penalise the side very, very bad. Like, he was on the wing then, now he's bringing him up to about 30 metres out.
Yeah, what happened, I think, is the tackle actually slipped all the way down with the end result. The umpire stands with it. Smart, with the aid of that 50-metre penalty, has got it.
Tonight on 7, he discovered a secret the rest of the world would kill for.
You run and you'll have every gun-carrying idiot in the country looking for you.
From the director of The Fugitive.
I've got him.
Matrix's Keanu Reeves.
Someone's setting us up.
Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman.
You said you had it under control.
I did. For the first electrifying time on television, Chain Reaction, tonight, 8:30 on 7.
So the Power by 2 points. Lade has to wait for it. Coming over the top, Robber knocked it down. Costa in the grasp, got it away. This is Bickley. Under the pump, hand passes back. McLeod, the Centurion this afternoon, does brilliantly. Steps around, kicks it down towards half forward. It pitches just in front of Burton. Comes back to McGregor. Feeds it across to Connell. Good to see him back. Connell 60 metres out across the body. Down towards full foot. Big pack. They came from all angles. The crumb falls obligingly for Paxman. Gets it away to Brewer. Across to Bond. And the danger is past. Bond heads straight for the line. And it bounces out. So boundary throw in on the outer side wing.
Dennis just on the Port Adelaide bench. Nathan Eagleton, Mark Harwood, Nathan Steinburner and Stuart Dew. So a fair bit of goal-kicking potential on the Port Adelaide bench.
Nathan Eagleton, a great story this season. Thrown in. Laid again, doing brilliantly. Could be a problem for the Crows. Bond mishandled, hasn't got the ball. He was manhandled. He'll get the free kick on the outer side half-back flank. From a premiership player with the West Coast Eagles. Drives it out wide. That's an intelligent kick to another former Eagle. Braden Lyle just forward of the wing. Corns comes on the lead. The kick goes in that direction. Bassett right there with him. Half chance at the back for French. Crashing in his Corns. And the ball is across the boundary line.
And interchange for the Crows. Allen, Bond, Orman Allen, Jamison.
And from people all around Australia, there is the weather forecast for here in Adelaide. Ideal conditions for football. And here come the Adelaide Crows running it on out half-back towards this near wing. Burton in front position, slaps it to himself, then can't get the kick away, comes back at it. The press from Daniels is good right there with him. That's one-on-one training you do on Tuesday nights. Out in space, but it's the Crows that win it out. Pushing on now into the forward line. Robin's kick, probing into the pocket. Well done, Jarman.
He's got class, hasn't he, Jarman?
Just superior judgment of the ball in flight.
Just his body work there just seems to put Wilson just a bit out of it.
Jarman steps around on the right foot. That's 56 for the year.
The Paris-Dakar Rally, 7,000 kilometres across the scorching deserts of North Africa. In a race that most don't even finish, the mighty Pajero has dominated. Its nearest rival, the mid-sized Mitsubishi Challenger. Now Mitsubishi has developed the Pajero EO, all the toughness and durability you'd expect, but in a more compact form. Mitsubishi, the toughest four-wheel drives from here to Timbuktu. It is Mitsubishi.
As Terry said, 56 goals on the season for Darren Jarman. Already a career high. His previous best was 46 back in 96. His best effort in a showdown is 4. Lade knocks it down at his feet. Bickley, a hand pass, gained about 5 metres. Brewer put the body in trouble. Immediately surrounded. Another ball up. And what about Brett Burton on the wing? Maybe that's his move. Maybe he practices that at training. Diamond Dallas Page has got the diamond cutter, hasn't he? And that's his move. So bounce alongside the centre circle. Won by Robran. Dragged off at Stevens. Lyle. McLeod's got him.
Dennis, you mentioned Brett Burton. A day like today with conditions like this, it's just a matter of time before he takes off.
It's a question of when, isn't it?
The Birdman, as Drew Morfitt calls him.
How high? What packs time? Lade flicks it down behind. Kingsley over the ball, over the shoulder. Kingsley to get the 3. Best in Paris last season.
Well, it's just going to be one of the matchups today. Kingsley on Foster, Franco on McLeod, and Braden Lyle on Bickley.
Mead did very well peeling off, offering the lead forward of the wing, goes down towards the pocket, and Cockatoo Collins. Hart knocks it away. Hart tracks it brilliantly. Hand passes to his own advantage. Well played by Hart. Kicks it up towards the wing. Beautiful finish too. Jarman's got it, wants to go. Takes on the men on the mark. Just gets away. And now he runs around the outer side, kicking down towards half forward.
The pack form, Burton tries to get the first one there, Bruce. Didn't complete it. Kingsley quickly off the ground towards the outer wing, and Connell takes the mark.
Terry, you wonder what's going through Connell's mind, because the coach has been very critical of his kicking. We're going to see what he does.
Well, this one he's picked out Rashudo on the outer side. Rashudo, who was in very good form last week, picking up a heap of football, kicks towards the square. They fly. The rover at the bottom can't break on through. Stevens quickly across the face of goal, rolling towards the boundary line. And both players, Jarman and Wilson, happy to see it go over. Probably the happier was Wilson.
Very happy. Yes, I think they did a big job, like Wilson on Jarman and also Hart on Cockatoo Collins.
The ball thrown in some 30 metres around from the Crows' goal, but he charges in upon it. Opportunity come on out, can't. Bond, Shane Bond trying to get out, wrapped up in the Jarman tackle. The umpire's a good look at it. Now decides to bounce it.
He thought about it, the umpire.
He has to make the decision as to whether Bond had an opportunity. Well, I think he half did when he took on Binky. Smart charges it. Lade drops it down to Franco. He's under all sorts of pressure. Burton quickly. It's rolling across the face of the goal. This time Wilson is happy to have a go at the football. Works the lead on the outer side, and the Port Power relief into the centre of the ground.
Lovely kick too. Schofield is away. One bounce through the centre square. Probing kick inside the 50. Bassett was up, couldn't hang on. Goodwin knocks it behind. Trying to crash his way through was Hart. He's taken down, and the crowd will not like that. Penalised for holding the ball. I was watching the umpire at the other end. He was like a batsman who played and missed. He half gave the decision.
Yeah, that's a very good call, eh?
And just at the other end, Darren Jarman's just bringing to the attention of the umpire at the Adelaide Crows end that there wasn't too much difference between those two.
But he's speaking for 30,000 fans, isn't he? They all said the same thing. What about down there, you mate?
There's about 30,000 that said correct decision, umpire too.
Team balance, well done, Abba. So Cockatoo Collins going at his second right here. Some doubt before the start of the game about him playing. Kicks from right on the 50. Has it got the carry? Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. Across the line. Goal.
Aye, we were off for a wee break with the rains, and the car was like a cow. And would you know about Kennett? Clunk, clunk, clunk. I'm stood there right glaikit with the wind shouting, "Oh, Farah, you ken you're nothing but a big dunderhead." So I skedaddled right into Ultratune and told the laddie about the clunk, clunk, clunk. He says, "Oh, your shock absorbers are out the windy, man," and made a rare job of them. Understood me perfectly, he did.
Well, they say in a good game of football, you don't notice the umpires. We are only minutes into this one, and the Port Power fans, and more importantly, the Crow fans know they're out there. Rashudo breaks out of the centre bounce. A half ball, Burton's up, he's got it. Inside the contest, Burton jumps, completes the mark.
It's one of many worlds. He's just unbelievable. He's taken Adelaide by storm down here.
Inexperience there by the Port backman for allowing him room to jump. Like, they've got to stop that jump on the ground.
He'll put on 8 kilos during the off-season with all those chocolates, won't he?
Brett Burton from right on 50. Goes long. It's drifted slightly, and that applause from behind the goals is obviously from Port Power fans because he's missed. And Adelaide now trailing just by the single behind. So the ball moving quickly from end to end. Paxman, second most experienced Port Power player. Gavin Wanganeen playing game number 175, Paxman 163. And Franco, if you don't mind, fends off with a hand, being spoken to by the umpire. Don't do that again. I'm not sure why they say don't do that again. It's either legal or illegal. Transfer across here. There's danger for the Power. The kick didn't get towards Bogue. As they go to Wilson, it is. His handball back inside. Quickly to half forward. An opportunity. Free kick surely. Stevens doing the arm work over the top of Barnaby French. The umpire this time allows it to go on. Will bounce it half forward.
Just that kick then from Stephen Daniels was probably a little bit lazy. Bit undisciplined there. He had the man there. Should have kicked it to him nice and easy.
The Power by a point. Laid brilliantly down into the path of Stevens, 60 metres out. Turns around the defence, tugs it back towards the middle. But Bassett's in the road. Smart breaks for him. That's the direction the kick takes. Good work by Costa. Ran Brewer off the ball, but it's a Shepherd too far away, says the umpire. And that's a very tough call.
It's a very tough call, I thought. Well, I think you've got to try and look after your teammate. And a nice little Shepherd there from Costa. 5 minutes away from the ball. I thought that was a fair call.
Yep, I think you're right. Hart goes around the outer side, close to the boundary line. Still a live ball. Bickley to right half forward, centering kick. Jarman surrounded, loose ball, bounces towards the pocket. Wanganeen arches the backhand, passes towards the line, tapped across the line by Mead. That last one at the other end, very interesting because the ball was closer actually to the Shepherder than it was to the player it was intended to go to, if that makes sense. Don't look at me blankly, Terry. Port Adelaide by a point, boundary throw in. Lade taps it down. Here's Bond running out of space, but he's got enough. Gets it over the top to Lyle. Coming hard was Bickley. Brewer. Well played by Port. Just kept it going their way, and now Kingsley is on.
He's taken a couple of bounces on the outer side. That's 3. He's got as much room as he wants. He can carry now towards 50. Brings the handball back on board to Schofield. He steps around to the slide. The chase from beyond McLeod. Just wonderful football, Andy McLeod. The moment lapses there for the Port Power, and the Crows have the chance to turn it back their way. Rashudo on the outer side. Wonderful chase from McLeod. 100 games today. Tyson on the outer side. Free kicks, Port Adelaide 5, Adelaide Crows 1. Lade spoils it down, only in the path of Costa. His forward handball, looking for Burton, doesn't get there. Daniels comes through, Burton does the tackling. They all fall upon it, the ball will be bounced. Half forward flank for Adelaide Crows to the outer side. And Schofield, he thinks he's clear.
Yeah, quite a bit of a lack of talk in there by Kingsley, and maybe even put a Shepherd on.
Yep. You should never leave your mates behind.
Never leave them there, boys, that's correct.
Bounce on the outer side. 1 point, Port Adelaide leading. 8 minutes of play left in the first quarter. Connell can't get away from the Franco tackle. That's holding the ball surely. And umpire Brett Allen, the man in the middle of the ground, awards that free kick to the Power. Into Stevens. He has room in the centre of the ground. Pounds the ball into the forward line. It's one-on-one. Floats over. The free kick not awarded there. Umpire Andrew coached that end. And the ball pressure relieved over the boundary line in front of Stevens. But the heat is on everyone here at Footy Park.
Terry, just wonder after that dubious free kick that Port Adelaide got a goal, whether Barnaby French is going to get any frees at all today.
Throw it in.
Oh, poor old Barnaby.
For a shootout towards the boundary line. Stevens won't get there in time. It's out.
A very sympathetic Neil Curley.
Now, Bruce, a big test for the Port Power forward line this week with Lockwood and Treadray out.
They tell me Lockwood got through a full game yesterday. Warren Treadray, he was fit, he wanted to play, but with the guarantee of the 8, the extra week with a hamstring, probably a bonus.
French, clean possession. Good bounce there for Stevens. Smart comes away, kicks towards midfield. Robran marks it. Plays on immediately. Running down towards centre-half forward. Robran kicks from 60 metres out. It's a telling kick too. Just off line. Hit the post. Just off line. Becky going back.
Dennis, what we're seeing here today, we're seeing attacking football. Like with the pressure off Port now to get a place in the finals, both teams are playing all-out attack.
And that was after Malcolm Blight talking about an ugly down-the-trenches game. I think the conditions and the freedom that both teams now have, you're going to see a great game today.
Most enjoyable so far. Lyle comes out wide. This is Wanganeen. He's at right half back. Scores a level. 2-2 apiece. Wanganeen up towards the wing. Bode had it fisted away from behind by Goodwin. Brewer hard against the line. Going nowhere.
That's Gavin Wanganeen's first kick for the game, and maybe a little bit underdone this week. He's had a bit of tonsillitis during the week, so hopefully he can run the game out quite well.
So the ball thrown in centre wing, scores level. Lade gets a quick kick out of that contest, bounces in favours of Port Power, eventually ends up with Nick Stevens. He's kicking in the pocket, floats beautifully to Barnaby French, but he couldn't take the mark. Mark Stevens just did enough there to upset him, and so another boundary throw in half forward for Port Power.
Maybe then was a big Barnaby French, maybe try to mark in his hands in. Should have tried to do that.
French tries to bring it over the back, has a second go at it. Arm over the shoulder from Stevens, that's allowed to go. Smart's underneath the contest, and the ball will be bounced once again.
We've had the ability so far, the power to develop some looseness with players coming out of the defence, going through the midfield area.
We've had some big breaks from half back.
That's right.
Inside 50 at the moment. It's Port Adelaide 11, Adelaide just 7. So they've been able to get there, but the last line of defence of the Crows has stood stoutly. They'll be tested here again, you would think. No, Burton does the heavy work. Here they come now. They're inside 50 again, Port Adelaide. Goodwin does the tackling. Handball doesn't come on out there from James of Port Power, and again it's held up. So the defence of the Crows under all sorts of pressure, but they are standing up to it.
Ben Hart's had a stellar season, and the form's just continuing today.
Had 2 goals kicked on him, Abba, so far.
See there with Nigel Smart, he's trying to tag Jared Schofield, but Brewer is on Smart, so it's all a bit of a merry-go-round at the moment.
Good match-up on the boundary too. No quarter being given. Schofield goes down with the outside of the boot held out. That one by Corns. Here's Daniel playing the credit.
Welcome to the Crown in Ranella.
Jewis. Oxford Landing Chardonnay, $7.99.
Jewis Scar, 700 mil.
$25.99.
Jacobs Creek Sparkling.
$8.99. Western Export, Scans and Stubbies.
$23.99 a carton.
Jacobs Creek Table Wines.
$7.99.
Sweet.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local Sip and Save.
Well, have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Corns made his debut in the showdown earlier this year. Look at this, the outside of the foot, and brings it all the way back to pick up a goal.
How can it go at that angle? That's almost impossible, isn't it? It's got at right angles there off the ball.
We'll let the biomechanics work on that one, Dennis.
They're busy at the tribunal.
Robran, he's been good for the Crows in around the centre bounce work.
Dennis, they tell me Nick Stevens is pretty good at 8 ball as well, which would have been the angle.
Now, Killers, they also tell me that Chad Corns has done that for the local competition for Glenelg too.
I'm sick and tired of hearing it.
So there's no luck in that.
Connell again from the second bounce up towards half forward. Charging on at it. Burton again. He's been a live wire in the first quarter. Kicks up towards the goal square. Getting back Becky. Has he collected it? No, he hasn't. At ground level, it's an opportunity for the Crows. Forced there by the Adelaide power defence. Vardy just couldn't get his foot to it at ground level. Venke does extremely well. A second go, but then drops it. Chance. Vardy swoops upon it. And 3 Port Power defenders put the pressure on him, force it through for the one behind. 3-2-20. Adelaide, 2-3-15. Paxman to the outer side. No one takes the mark. Cracks the sun in the eyes. McLeod, Burton off the ground. Here's danger. Jarman bounces it. Can't squeeze it through. Ever so close.
Well, Wells, this is pretty football. I think the last couple of weeks both sides have been criticised for being slow, ugly football, but certainly today is going to be a fabulous game.
Paxman. Daniels. He made his debut in the first ever showdown back in '97. The game Port won by 11 points. He's in the back pocket. Sea of faces behind him. Both clubs well represented. Daniels drives it around the boundary line towards the wing. Corns was up very high. McLeod. Stevens has got him. A lot of talent right there. Strong tackle applied by Corns. It's going to be a free kick, is it? No, holding the ball against Jarman, I fancy, on the outer side. Corns has got the free just moments ago. Kicked a wonderful goal. Under 4 minutes till quarter time. Goes for distance. Long down towards half forward. Laid up in front. Franco, 6 possessions now. Feeds it wide. Kingsley hard against the boundary line. Pulls it back to the pocket. Tailor-made for the defender. Goodwin comes over the top and punts it defiantly. It's out of bounds in the pocket. Pretty even. With Adelaide ahead by 4, but they've got a slight breeze, which has freshened since the opening moments of this game. Got to say that. Goodwin comes away. Kicks towards the outer side wing. Wade and Lyle. Lyle has it now, just forward of the wing. Centres the ball and finds Schofield.
Schofield in the centre square has a target. Paxman's run on down the ground for him. Does it reach him? Yes! No! Such a fine line as to whether that was going to be made or not.
He's done that quite a bit, Wolves, during the year. Paxman coming down. He loves to sneak down through the midfield and score a goal. I think the best he's kicked is 2 or 3, so great effort.
So just half a metre outside of that one. Either, Steve, you're a half a metre slow, or the kick was half a metre out in front. Port Power working at their half-forward line. Paxman has returned to full-back.
Terry Nathan Eagles, when he's already been up to the interchange bench once and sat down, and now he's coming back again with just a couple of minutes to go.
There is 2.5 minutes of play left in his first quarter at Football Park. Franco has got no mates, they all left him. And he's been given the free kick for 2 high.
Free kicks, well, Port Adelaide fans will be happy. 8 to Adelaide 1.
That's significant. So Port Power with the free kicks. They also have the aid of the breeze.
And Neil Curley's nodding his head.
And Barnaby French hasn't had one yet. Poor old Barnaby.
Josh Franco played the first 55 games that Port Power played in. He's pushed this one right to the line. The Adelaide defence is there. They force it through for a behind. So they move to 21 points. Adelaide 16.
I think this is about what the win would be. Maybe 1 goal towards the right of screen.
Ben Hart looking to bring it in. Smart's off the ground. Bond is on for the Crows. Eagleton still waiting his chance. Goodwin's got the footy now in the pocket. Comes up towards the half-back flank. It's 3-on-1. The one prevails, actually. Brewer got a fist on it.
Dennis, you have to wonder why Nigel Smart, his body language as he ran past Troy Bond was of no interest whatsoever in what was happening.
I'd agree with that. It wasn't good.
I think he's just had a bit of trouble picking up Jared Schofield with Brewer trying to get onto Smart, so...
You're spot on there, Rat.
Franco missed the ball. Smart very good last week. One of the few players to get a kick. Lyle combining with Schofield, but not effectively. The ball across the boundary line.
Bowed off for Eagleton.
So Eagleton coming on with 1:35 remaining in this opening period. Bright sunny day, showdown number 6. Plenty of atmosphere. French directs it down. Connell in trouble, lost it. Brewer dives on top of it. Port lead by 5 points approaching quarter time. Cockatoo Collins included 2 goals. Stevens and French wrestle. Brewer comes over the top. Bickley, is he taken high? He was across the boundary line, but he'll get the free kick. Mark Bickley sends play up towards the wing. Laid over the top. Connell did pretty well in a tight situation. Now he's got problems. Threw it. The umpire saw it. Advantage is paid. Eagleton got it from Franco. Franco's been very good in the opening term. Eagleton running across the ground. He's wind assisted going in that direction. Kicks it inside the 50. We're down to 40 seconds. Cockatoo Collins brilliantly done. Laid with the angle. Snaps the goal.
Further football there by Port Adelaide. Shay Cockatoo Collins saw Laid just in his corner of his eye. Nathan Egan, a bit of a wobbly kick. Fortunate was for them. As you see, here's a quick look. See Laid over there. Takes that. Laid, very clever big man. Very good on his feet. Kicks a fantastic goal.
Shay Cockatoo Collins, the busy man in the forward line for Port Power. Sets Laid up. Big man, very happy to get it there. So Laid gets his first goal. Cockatoo Collins has 2. And Chat Corns, a miraculous single for Port Power. Crows from the centre bounce. Can't get away. McLeod. And he's in underneath it. He can't find the football either. Just a 1 kick, 1 handball to Andy McLeod so far. Had a birthday just a few days ago, but 100 games today. Already 2 premierships, 2 Norm Smith medals, and the best and fairest with Adelaide Crows. 23 years of age. Bond. It's Troy Bond trying to get his way through. Showdown number 6 hasn't left any fans disappointed in the first quarter. Port Adelaide have been able to put 4 goals on the board with the breeze. Adelaide have got 2 into it.
So the margin 11 points at quarter time. 4-3 to 2-4. Heard Kill say that's about the worth of this breeze. There's a man who's had a very good term, very good season. Brendan Laid, unheralded, but does so much. And speaking of big men and birthdays, Sean Wren had a birthday during the week. Was really one of Adelaide's all-time greats. We hope that rehab is going okay.
On Today Tonight,
it's me,
Adelaide's great imposter.
I am who I am.
He claims to be a world-famous scientist.
I think there's ample proof of who I am.
But he was really just a driving instructor. Now he says he's been a fighter pilot.
That he flew Mustangs and Wirraways.
But the Air Force says he's never served. He keeps getting away with it. Plus the Croc Attack heroes.
They jumped on his back.
Saving their mate from certain death and revealing which breads are best for your health. This week on 7.
Adelaide's best home loan, Great Southern Loan, just got better, and here's why. Your salary now goes straight into your loan and repays it quicker. The loan service line gives you easy access to your money as you need it. This flexibility with the low standard variable interest rate and no ongoing fees cannot be arranged by your bank or loan broker. Support the local Adelaide business that is helping thousands of South Australians own their homes sooner. Call Great Southern Loan now for a free brochure.
These prices from Truscott Hi-Fi are so low, I have to stand on tippy-toe just to show them to you. Like this LG 51cm TV, a low $469. And this NEC 6-head stereo VCR, a ridiculous $429. Hitachi 300 digital zoom camcorder, just $849. And Sony 150 watts Dolby Pro Logic Mini Hi-Fi, only $699. That's low, so go to Truscott's, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms. See ya.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Towards Harvey! Oh, fantastic play, Silvani. Look at Crawford, look
big AFL backyard barbecue at your place with 3 players from your AFL team as guests. You get a Rinnai AFL barbecue, a signed AFL Guernsey, and a PlayStation with EA Sports AFL 99. Compliments of Don, famous football dogs, the Great Southern AFL Pie, and Tip Top High Five. Just collect 3 wrappers and enter the AFL Wrap. There are loads of other prizes to be won too. Look for Don, famous football dogs, the Great Southern AFL Pie, and Tip Top High Five and win.
See every lounge you ever wanted at the lowest price, or it's free at Discount Lounge Centre, South Australia's largest lounge specialist. Pick up a sofa bed, pick up a bargain, and take it home today. Whatever you do, pick it up now or pay way too much. Discount Lounge Centre, Ranella, Parafield and Keswick.
Pizza. But it's got to be good. Loads of sizzling toppings. No skimping on the cheese. It's got to be Pizza Hut. Oh, because they taste the best.
Who thought living life could be so rewarding?
By just using your Diners Club card with Ansett Australia's frequent flyer program Global Rewards, you'll earn 50% more points than any other card. That's 50% more points to put towards hotel stays, flight rewards and car rentals. So why wait? Join now and start earning your rewards faster.
It's quarter time at Football Park. Port Adelaide lead it by 11 points, 4-3 to 2-4. Cockatoo Collins has booted 2, Lade and Corns the others. Corns a freak goal and singles to Darren Jarman and Smart for the Crows. You can see 8 to 2. Obviously, Wanganeen's got a query over the 2. Gavin Wanganeen, the skipper. And Port, had slightly more of the ball. They've done more attacking, but the Crows showing the right attitude this afternoon as we go down to Neil Curley and Bruce Abernathy on the boundary.
Hey, we're on, Aber. Hey, Malcolm Blight spent nearly all that quarter-time break instructing Smart, Rashuto and McLeod not to allow that loose ball stuff coming back Terry through the midfield, and he was very, very instructional to them for about 4 minutes.
At Port Adelaide, as we saw, Mark Williams told Gavin Wanganeen to go straight to the umpires. Not sure what it was about, especially with the free count. The other thing, about 6 pairs of boots got changed for Port Adelaide. They've gone from the stops back to the rubbers. That's how good conditions are here.
Good on you, Abba. I haven't seen Football Park look better. It generally looks pretty good, but it looks great today.
For the people watching, Dennis, number 32 is Josh Franco. He had his jumper changed.
Thank you. McLeod.
And for the commentators, Red, thank you.
Yes. Wanganeen was tackled off the ball. He'll get the free kick.
And you talk about birthdays. It was Mark Williams' birthday yesterday, 41st birthday.
Kick comes out wide. This is Daniels. He's at right half back. Sends play up towards the wing. Blade is coming across. Tries to knock the ball onto his own advantage and fails. Stevens comes away. Interesting hand pass. James has got it. Run down by Bond. As a result, the hand pass effective. This is Schofield. Down towards half forward. Lade keeps on running and the big man's away. Down he comes towards right half forward. 60 metres out. The kick isn't a good one. It wobbles down towards full forward. James was there. Some bodies go in pretty strongly. Clear the path for Hart. Eventually it comes to Bassett. Bassett swings it out wide. This is Rashuto. Rashuto up towards right half back. But Adelaide 27. The Crows 16. Connell has got it now. Matt Connell. Particularly good kick. Wobbles up towards the wing. Franco over the ball. Plenty of company going nowhere. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Wow, that's an interesting one. He was fronted by McGregor on the opposite side to the umpire. But Britt Allen said he had time.
So there it is. The umpire deeming you didn't get it out. So free kick there too. Adelaide. Costa high in towards half forward. The Rovers McLeod, he overruns it. Charging on through is Rashuto as he does. The ball stays in. Everyone, including Mark Rashuto, stop. He has his second go and slots it in beautifully to Jarman. The game should never stop.
Never. With a player like Rashuto, senior player, look at that mark by Jarman. He's just a strong man.
Terry, there's 2 Crows forwards that are going to find the afternoon very tough. That is McGregor opposed to Mead and Vardy opposed to Wanganeen.
And here's the third of the forward line in Jarman. He's already kicked one. It looks pretty good.
tonight.
You're a gorgeous little dog.
Sometimes a vet's got to do what a vet's got to do.
You get the lead, I'll get the frying pan.
Helping a piddling pooch, as only Dr. Harry can.
Right, we're cooking with gas.
Harry's Practice, tonight on 7.
There are good ways to drive.
Oh, gosh.
And there are bad ways to drive.
This stuff's going to be absolutely...
But some people will never learn which is best.
That was good, but we're not allowed to go up the footpath.
Learners, 7 o'clock tonight on 7.
Power by 5 points then. 4-3, 3-4. Nothing in this. Attractive game of footy. Free running. Robran on the way down. Had it hit him on the shoulder. McLeod soccers off the deck down towards centre half forward. Luckily it comes to Wanganeen. Great poise though as he goes out wide. Good kick too. Schofield's in front. Straddling Schofield is smart. Tracks the ball. That's a free kick, is it? Schofield's got it. The second incident.
You would hope not.
Yeah, you would hope not.
You would hope that that was the free kick there and not that particular one there, Dennis. So we will go with the umpire and go with the first.
Because we are the umpire's friends. Here's Schofield from the wing down towards the 50. They came from all angles. Fell in front. Over the top, Robran. And it's going to be a free kick to Eagleton. Robran claiming holding the ball. Eagleton's got the free for in the back. Plays on 65 metres out. High ball. It'll pitch about 10 metres out from goal. Chance for Hart. Close to the boundary line, Franco. Tyson strong tackle. Got James down. And a bounce. Deep in the pocket.
And it's interchange for the Crows. Allen, Bond, Woolman Allen, Jamison.
Just get the feeling this game has gone up a notch in the last minute or so.
Both coaches at quarter time very keen to get their charges up and going. The first quarter was a beauty. Power led by 11 points. Here's their chance now. Franco towards the top of the square. In fact, it's drifted across. Corns looks to rebound it back. It's come off Bassett's boot, he's claiming. But neither the boundary umpire or the field umpire have any of that.
Terry Port Adelaide's bench, Mark Harwood, Matthew Bode, Nathan Steinberger and Stuart Dew.
So there's just the replay of the incident. Nothing coming of it. Barnaby French tries to get it over the back. Stevens forces his way through. Shaycock to Collins off the ground. And it bounces over on another boundary throw in. Shaycock to Collins left the ground last week early in the second quarter with a knee injury. Back out into the fray this week. French just drops it on down. The Crows this way, that way. Brewer intercepts it. Not surely a little chip. That's a class act from the half forward. Great goal, Shane.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
5 goals to 3. And the difference, a couple of beauties. One to Corns and this one from Brewer. Sharp angle. Great balance. As Platt said, went for the boundary throw in, found the ball on the ground. Able to get through and score. 5-3, 3-4. Robran with the left hand. Still at their feet though. Lay. Now Lyle. Gets it away to Stevens. Inside the centre square. Kicks inside the 50. Cockatoo Collins leads back in the race. Bassett though has it. Hard against the boundary line. Bassett goes with the left boot. Out of bounds on the full. Maybe inside the 50. Right on the 50, says the boundary umpire. So Bassett didn't get much purchase on that one. And James, who's a long kick, will kick from a very severe angle. In fact, he won't kick. Cockatoo Collins will get the kick.
Just in the centre hit outs, boys. Port's got 5, Adelaide to 1, but the clearances, Adelaide's got 7 to Port Adelaide 3. So Lade's doing a fabulous job in the air, but just there on boards, just can't get away from it.
Cockatoo Collins off his step, short towards the pocket. Knee.
And Dennis, if Port Adelaide pick any more goals from angles like they have been, then Neil Curley's head's going to shake off.
Need just the 1 goal this season. And a class forward would be happy to go close from here.
He's going to give McGregor the run around today, Mead.
He's a backman, Dennis. Call it.
Well, the breeze has dropped. Nothing to speak of. The drop of the ball not flash though, but it's bending, it wobbles. It's a goal.
Hi. Listen, I'm really sorry about what happened. Is there anything I can do to help get your car back on the road?
Well, with Amy, they're taking care of everything.
Quotes?
Done.
Repairs?
Done.
Good quality?
Guaranteed for the life of the car, even if I sell it.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess you don't need me then. Have a nice day.
A free service that takes care of all your post-crash running around. Call Amy now.
The Port Power fans' fine voice. Darren Jarman got the first goal of this second quarter to bring the Adelaide Crows within 5 points. But now Brewer and Mead, the 2 goal scorers for the Power, have stretched the lead back out to 17 points. Towards half forward for the Crows. Charging through, Rashudo throws it onto the boot, bounces in towards the forward line. Jarman tries to make something, but Wanganeen intercepts it. Relieves the pressure, carries the ball across the back pocket. An excellent kick on out wide. Bond's got it. He's away. Shane Bond on the outer side. Confronted by Connell. Works now with Lyle. He further on. Kingsley just gets the kick in before he's dragged on down. And it bounces inside the field of play in front of Shea Cockatoo Collins. So a boundary throw in half forward for the Port Power.
Just feel that foot and they just slowly getting on top of the Crows at the moment.
French and Stevens. French with the right hand. Just drops it down in front. Looking for strength to barge his way through. Can't get through there was Costa. And held up in another bounce. So the umpire's working overtime, awarding free kicks, deciding on field bounces.
Vardy up for the Crows, Bond on.
Vardy quiet to date. Hasn't been recorded with a kick or a handball. Umpire Steve McBurney trying to work it out. Brewer playing at half forward. You wouldn't pick that against Smart. The way he's taking him on one-on-one. Stevens across the body, left foot towards the boundary line. And Ben Smart spoils the ball to go on over it.
But just one for you, mate, for your comments for the Port Adelaide goals. 4 out of the 6 goals are from greater than 60 degrees angle, so they're doing a pretty good job.
They've been practicing their goal kicking, Rat. It hasn't been one of their strong points this season. I know Mark Williams has made a point of changing that ratio.
Luck.
Here they come again. Corns floats over the top of him, and Bassett takes the mark. Nathan Bassett, handballs. Inboard to James. James from the Crows. He out now into the path of Connell, runs onto it. This is their best build-up. It's just floated up to half forward. It's a dangerous ball to take. Burton couldn't get it. Franco in the number 32 Guernsey. Wanganeen floats on over the top again to Lyle. Port Power running from half-back very well with a kick's an excellent one. French has got hold of this one and taken it. So Barnaby French inside 50. Made his debut in round 1, has played every game for Port Power. One of 6 players to do that. Only 3 Crows have played every game this season. Here he goes from just outside 50. The kick across the face. Corns is there and it's spoiled. Thrust through from behind.
Terry, just a quick comment on the Sun. We saw the ball head towards Brett Burton there. When it comes from the grandstand side to the forward line on the right of screen, the Sun is pretty low behind the grandstand. It is causing all sorts of headaches if you're trying to catch it.
The Power lead it by 18 points. Testing time now for the Crows. Not a lot to play for. We need to find something here. Great mark is taken by Corns, running with the flight of the ball coming back on Beckley. He's marked between the lines, centre and half forward.
It's a great mark. Eyes on the ball all the time. And Rashudo's kick from outside must have went 70 metres.
Wow. Short one is onto Cockatoo Collins. Some lax marking down there. Yeah, Rashudo just tracking him, looking ruefully back over his left shoulder. I'm not sure this is his man.
Kills one of the comments what Malcolm Blight said this week was accountability, man on man.
It's not happening so far. They're the on-boarders of the Power boys are really causing havoc, and particularly the half-back line.
Cockatoo Collins. It's 2 goals already. Important kick, this one. From right on the 50, it's bending around nicely. Has it got the carry? I think it has. It's crossed the line, but on the goal umpire, Cockatoo Collins has got 3.
The Athletes Village, 15,000 athletes. Just imagine the communications, logistics, 60 specially dedicated Olympic Games cable TV channels, the phones, carrying all our messaging, fax and data. Even the food orders from the kitchen will depend on our network. In fact, the entire telecommunications backbone of the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games will be handled by us, Telstra. All those people who still think of Australia as that little place down under. Hello?
Shea Cockatoo Collins kicks his 3rd goal for the 5th time this year. He also did it in the game against the Crows earlier in the season. Bickley trying to barge his way through. The poor-powered players just channeling on him. He's going nowhere as the skipper.
We just saw 2 Adelaide Crow changes, Shane Ellen and Rod Jamieson on, and one of the players off was Brian Binky.
So Malcolm Blight trying to find some spark in his side. You just can't see it out there at the moment. The spark is with the power. Bond, Shane Bond, pushes on out wide. Shea Cockatoo Collins again. Hart's there with him. Umpire watching this one. He'll bounce it. Cockatoo Collins, 3 goals.
The other Crows player who came off was Ken McGregor. So big shuffle in the forward line for the Crows.
So Ken McGregor perhaps should nick down to McLaren Vale and get a coffee fix from his sponsor Pat down there at the Coffee and Snack Cafe.
And the wind, boys, as Dennis said, has absolutely died.
Be unlucky.
Dennis, you get the feel that the Adelaide Crows are waiting for a McLeod or a Jarman to do something magic, but they're just sitting back watching.
I think you're right.
And you just wonder, you know, with Malcolm Blight declaring his hand, I think these boys seemingly have shut up shop as well. They were going to do damage, they would do it early in the game, and it's just not with them at all. Connell, he's been busy in the game.
Well, Jarman's their only forward at this stage who's even getting near the ball.
Just on Darren Jarman, Michael Wilson has manned him up, and he's the only player on the Port Adelaide team in similar body shape to do that body-on-body competition. He's done it before in games, but it hasn't seemed to work perfectly. You just wonder whether a different style of player would perhaps do a different job on him.
So Robberman and Laid again, laid up high and early. Rashudo again trying to barge through. This time it's holding the ball. More often than not he gets through, and this time he doesn't. Rashudo loses out to Kingsley. One of the best out of the centre players in the competition. Kingsley goes half forward. Connell does well in front. Falls down now to Shea Cockatoo Collins. Looks inboard. This is a great kick in towards Stevens. Can't try it now. He does the banana. They've all been practising at Albertson Oval this week.
They've certainly been kicking some goals this week down at Albertson. And as Bruce Albertson said, they've been kicking goals, trying to kick goals all week, and it really has paid off for them so far. We're about halfway through the second quarter. Shea Cockatoo Collins gets it, just kicks up to the top of the square. Good discipline start. Quickly, Nick Stevens onto his right boot and done that check shot.
So the Power have kicked 7 of the last 8 goals in the game.
So the margin is 30 points. And the Crows in real trouble.
Just inside 50, boys. Port Adelaide been in there 50, 24 times to Adelaide 12, so really dominating the game.
And it's all got the better. In with Nigel Smart to play off the ball. It's getting the better of that young man.
That's been happening for a while. A lot of jousting outside the centre square of bounces. And now the ball finds its way to Corns. Good lead, good mark low down. His marking has been a feature. And he will kick it goal from about 35 metres slight angle.
Sure that the Crows are just losing a bit. Just lost a little bit of discipline there with Nigel Smart. Gave away free kick.
Is it any surprise allegedly that the Port Adelaide runner is out there right amongst Nigel Smart?
He's trying to pacify them. Meantime, back at the game. Here's Corns getting some right to left action and kicking another goal. Power by 6.
Monday, 7:30 on 7.
from the award-winning Discovery Channel. See things your eyes won't believe. Go places you can't imagine. In this unique, brand new series, stories of the most powerful, most awe-inspiring forces in nature's arsenal, taking the world by storm. Raging Planet, a brand new series, Monday 7:30 on Channel 7.
5 unanswered goals to Port Adelaide in this second quarter. Jarman with the first for Adelaide. Since then, it's been all Port power. Burton does the pushing and shoving. Free kick against him.
And Johnny Platt and Dave Arnfield, the Port Adelaide runner, sends his regards to you.
Oh, I'm telling you, he's a lovely man.
Josh Franco. And for us in the eastern states, I'll ask Platts at half-time what all that was about. Franco to half forward. Contest forms. Up they go. The ball falls down to ground level. Jamison can't find the footy. Bounces over top to Shea Cockatoo Collins. Jamison gets a second go at it along the boundary line. Looking to be kept in play. Allen just too nonchalantly. It rebounds off the Crows player. Out of bounds. Boundary throw-in. And if you want an indicator of whether the Crows are going to fight their way back into this game, I think you had it then. Because there was no edge to their game.
I think they've already been plucked.
Rotherham from behind. Burton takes the ball, takes the game. His kick falling short, and Allen takes the mark. One step, short pass. Burton covering some ground. Kick number 8 to Burton. Connell, he's had a bit of the football. This will be a disposal number 11 to he. But other than those two, it's hard to find an Adelaide Crow player getting hold of the football. Rashudo has had 12. Then it drops down to 4s and 5s.
One of the criticisms with Matty Connell, he just when he kicks a goal.
Well, here's his finishing work now. Has it faded? It has.
Yeah, there's probably just one thing what the Crows match committee and coaches think about Matt Connell, just his ability to use the ball more often than he gets it.
Well, in fairness, no easy kick, that one.
No, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, we've been spoiled today. The yardstick is a bit high. 58 plays 23. The power on top. Call that one, umpire. Face to face, Ellen and Mead right there, and the ball is knocked across the boundary line. Now we've got a Cadbury's Mark of the Year contender, not from here, but from off this oval. Chris Grant apparently has taken a great mark. We'll watch it for the first time together. That is a good one. Chris Grant, the champ from the Western Bulldogs, Cadbury's Mark of the Year contender. Rotherham down towards half-forward meantime. Wanganeen hit the ball hard, falling to the ground, got it away to Schofield. Hand passes in turn, comes to Lyle. Taken front on, but dipped by McLeod. Spot the man across the ground. Steinburner, but the ball has been called back, way back. It's coming back to Schofield on the wing.
The umpire waited to see the advantage. He almost had it. He nearly had it there for Steinburner to run in.
One of the grey areas, isn't it?
What, he wanted him to 40 metres clear, did he?
Here's Kingsley. Took it from Schofield. Smart did well. Brewer into mind. He was interchanging at the time. Thought about going back. Costa's got the ball. Well played there by Cockatoo Collins to knock it away. Well used by Bond. That was Shane Bond. Knocked Troy Bond off the line. Comes in short to Schofield. Schofield's got it left half back. 7 minutes to half-time, and the power right on top here. Showdown number 6. It's 58 to 23. Schofield has been busy. Just pops it across to Cockatoo Collins, one of the stars of the first half. 9-4, plays 3-5.
And Dennis Stewart-Dew has come on with that left leg of his. Looks like he's heading towards the forward line.
I hope he caught both. There goes the kick down towards half-forward. Up goes Lade. Falls in front. There's Dew. It's smothered across the line by Goodwin, so a boundary throw-in down towards left half-forward. Nice, very left-sided player, number 37. Owns the right leg only for balance.
Well, Dennis, as we see, Troy is on Shane Bond, so Mrs. Bond will be very happy with that.
We picked that. Franco emerges with it, brilliantly done. Did a couple of them.
Good play.
Josh Franco, whoops, he's been watching Burton. The ball wanders down towards the attacking 50. He's in the grass. Got the hand pass away, though. Lyle Bacon square, back they go. It bounces into the square. Socket off the ground by Stevens towards the outer side. It's a race now. Tyson and Eagleton. Eagleton will win. Gets there first. Couldn't pick it up. Crashing into him, Tyson. Tyson wants to go. Free kick to Eagleton.
Good soft ball. Two blokes having a fair dinkum crack at this.
Well, Eagleton making sure the umpire saw it, and he brings it inboard to Schofield. He goes long, strong, it's cleared the goal line, it's got accuracy, power again.
He can kick a goal, can't he, Jared Schofield?
A 6-goal quarter, and that's only the 4th time this year that Port have kicked more than 5 goals in a quarter.
For Jared Schofield, he's probably just on 50. And he's not a very high kicker, but kicks a long football. So, great effort by Jared Schofield for his first goal.
And the chant up around this ground for power. They're in the finals. And they're right on top of their arch rivals this afternoon. Lade has been very good, knocks it down to Kingsley, taken front on, stubs it forward. Lade's got it. There's a whistle, and Kingsley will get a free. They've done well from the umpires this afternoon, Power, but they've generally been first in.
Dennis, I'm almost barracking for the Crows to kick a goal just to put a smile on the bloke next to his face.
How's he taking it?
Oh, shocking. Yeah, absolutely shocking.
Didn't ask you.
I just cannot believe that the Crows are playing this badly.
I wanted to read from ABBA. As the ball goes out wide, this is Paxman who's pushed up the ground. 75 metres out from goal. Spears the pass in. It pitches wide of the mark. Under pressure, Bassett ricochets towards the pocket. This is Burton. Pocket to Collins, got him. Down he went. The tackle did linger. Burton will get the free kick. The youngster trying hard. He's in the back pocket. Pocket to Collins, stays with the tackle. Meantime, Rashudo kicks up towards half-back and Bickley. Bickley comes back to Rashudo. Eagleton's got him. Ball jarred out of there. Lyle slides in. And the umpire says too high on Rashudo.
And 50.
And now 50. Eagleton showing his displeasure. Moments ago, he got a similar free.
Here we go. Listen to the crowd. One like this. That's not a bad effort, eh?
Now, that's a pretty good tackle, isn't it? It was more the man being tackled getting under the arm than the arm going onto the shoulder. Anyway, Roberin's got the footy. 10-4-3-5. Not about the umpires at the moment for the Crows. It's about playing football, getting the ball and finishing and taking your chances. They've been overpowered in this tour. Roberin kicks to about 20 metres out. McLeod almost finds it on the ground, slips it away, looking for support. Bond was taken high, and he will get a free kick directly in front. So high tackles, we've had about a dozen of them in the last 2 minutes.
And that wasn't too bad, was just the way that he flung his head back, I think got the free kick for him.
He knocks around with Gavin Wanganeen, doesn't he? There's a bit of the Wanganeens in that. Bond kicks truly.
Stuck finding a Father's Day present? We've got an idea that won't break the bank.
Frame some of his treasures, he'll go for it hook, line and sinker.
Plus, a simple pasta meal combining 2 family favourites.
It is so easy to make.
Better Homes and Gardens Tuesday. Then immerse yourself in a very different world, staying with a Vietnamese hill tribe.
That's what I call a cultural experience.
And discover South Australia's underground secrets.
It's full of some of the strangest creatures that ever lived.
The Great Outdoors, Tuesday.
So Troy Bond gets the second goal of the quarter for Adelaide. Troy, the elder of the two brothers. The free kick was against the younger Shane. Robin can't clear the area. Burton quickly off the ground again, out into some space. Allen, the Crows, Mead right there in front and does very well. Darren Mead, who kicked the goal earlier in this quarter.
See, you've got to give credit where credit's due, fellas. The Port Power boys are playing fantastic running footy.
Well, with the free kick skills, Porter got 18 to Adelaide 7, so you know who's hit the ball first.
Quickly on out. Allen fumbles the football. Bode comes back in again. Franco very good on the up to Wanganeen. And here goes the power. Has they did in the first quarter. They charge through the centre corridor, probing in towards half forward. French is behind. Stevens in front. Stevens does well. He wins the free kick. Holding the front position against Barnaby French. Wins the free. Goes on out wide to Connell. Another disposal towards the wing. Schofield stays upright. Wanganeen's there to clean up with him. The little chip kick across the body towards Paxman. Waits, holds the play up. Allen quickly to hold him up on the mark. Paxman to the outer side. Wanganeen again. Lopes in towards half forward. Kicks towards Shea Cockatoo Collins. He couldn't take it. Stevens at the back. Works with McLeod. McLeod caught up in the tackle. Slung afterwards. The umpire allows it to go on. Connell another kick. Wobbles it on out towards the wing. Front position. Mark not taken. Free kicks picked up.
Vardy back on for James.
Paxman interfering there with Jamison. Jamison on the left. Kicks in towards the 50. Smart on the burst. Good pick up on the bounce. Works in here now with Robin. Robin back to Smart. They're being held up. All he's got is a chip kick in towards Bickley. He drives it towards the square. It's a wobbler. Franco does well. He's held. Bond and Bond again. And this time it's a try. Shane Bond gets it across the line for a rush behind.
Josh Franco should have got a free there, held by the arm. Saw him go down. 17 possessions for Franco. His season's high, 33 against Carlton. Back in round 8. No longer wearing number 10. He's in number 32 at the moment. Paxman back to bring it in. 10-4, 4-6. A true indication of the difference between these two sides so far this afternoon. Steve Paxman, so reliable back there. Drives towards the outer side, laid in from the side, knocking it towards the boundary. It'll be thrown in. Just over 2 minutes till half-time. And the Power into the finals last night without kicking a football. Celebrating in style this afternoon. Lade knocks it down. This is Shane Bond inside his own defensive 50. Gets the hand pass away. Kingsley in trouble, but not before he hand passed to Franco. Clever. Back to Brown. Brilliant smother by Ellen. It ricochets across to Troy Bond. Connell goes off a step. Centered kick over the head of Jarman. A chance for Burton behind. Vardy's in there as well. Trying to lend assistance is Ellen. The fourth defender at the base of all of that is Wilson. And will have a bounce about 30 metres out directly in front of the Crows' attacking goal.
Just feel that Port Adelaide just lifted a notch in this quarter and just seemed to got upper hand on the Crows.
Paxman gets it across to Shane Bond, who barks the instructions out of the back pocket, sends the ball very high towards the wing. Off hands, Connell. He's been busy to the middle. Robran, can he get there? Yes, he can. And he has marked about 60 metres out. Flirted with the idea of going. Schofield got across to pick up the mark. Robran prods it inside the 50. And Goodwin has taken this mark. He'll kick from about 45 metres out.
And an important kick. He gets this, he brings them to within the 5-goal mark, and at half-time that's always gettable. And number 49 for the left footer with the aid of the breeze. He's got it. They're not out of this, the Crows.
Well, that's really what they needed. They just needed to settle and come in at half-time, maybe being 4 or 5 goals down. The opportunity now to get back into the game is right there with him in the second half. I think we hadn't kicked too many goals. Good left footer, just on the 50. Finished off kicking his first goal for the day.
Kicked one earlier in the year against St Kilda. Now has his second for the season. And the Crows have kicked the last 2 goals, Bond and Goodwin. Narrowing the gap down to 28. Half a minute of play left. Lade, extremely well done in the centre bounce. Beautifully onto Franco. Throws it into half forward, but there's Rashudo racking up possessions. That's disposal number 14 to Connell. Held up by Stevens. Well done, Nick Stevens. Contains him on the boundary line first. Holds him up, lays the tackle, wins the free kick. Left foot, doesn't get to Schofield. Tyson does enough. A boundary throw in outer side.
Oh, I think Grady Connell might hear something at half-time.
Just when they were developing some momentum there, Curls.
Yes, dead right. There's a smart up forward now, which is a good move.
Adelaide have to go in, showing they're attacking the game. Rashudo Schofield. An important ball for the Crows here. They have to stem this one out. They do. Right on the siren. So Adelaide kicked the first goal of the quarter and the last two. But in between those, Port Power have kicked 6 goals. 6 goals won. And that equals their third best quarter so far this season. They kicked a 7-4 opening quarter against Brisbane and a 6-4 last quarter against Fremantle. So 6-1 does have them running into some form.
There's some heart there as far as the Crows are concerned with those late goals. At half-time at Football Park in Showdown 6, 10-4 to 5-6.
On 7 Nightly News, 12,000 dead and the toll from the Turkey earthquake continues to rise. But amid the death and destruction, more miracles continue to amaze rescuers. Also tonight, police recover these World War II medals but can't trace the owner. Maybe you can help. And the second lotto bungle in a week has officials in a spin. The details tonight at 6.
Yo, 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 my brother, we be living it large down under. Yo, you got it, G.
With onions and an Australian slice of beetroot, the McGaws brings out the Aussie
Oh, mate, get that in here.
in anyone.
The way I see it, if you got a home loan with someone, you deserve some extra benefits.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Harris Scarf is the department store with all the big brands.
I like it.
All at everyday low prices.
I like it.
Everything from Manchester to electrical.
I like it.
Quality homewares to the latest fashion.
I like it.
From foundation cream to foundation garments, you're sure to like it.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Cosmetics, cameras, travelwear.
I like it.
You name it, you'll find it at Harris
I
Scarf.
like it.
You'll get all the credit you deserve.
I like it.
And real old-fashioned service from great sales staff.
I like it.
Harris Scarf, I like it.
It can happen at any time. You're building a bridge or moving a fridge and you feel like you're just gonna burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. You're shoveling sand or building a dam. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
As I braked, I hit a patch of oil and the car just slid and slid and slid. And I was braking and braking. I really don't want to deal with this. This is such a pain in the neck. I rang Amy on the Tuesday morning. We'll get the quotes. We'll look after it. We'll organise a taxi to take you back to work or to take you home. I mean, my hours, I usually work fairly long hours. So to only lose half an hour to drop the car off was very impressive, I think, because that's what I'm paying my insurance for.
Got to say, it's just a glorious day. Half-time, showdown number 6 from Football Park in Port Adelaide. They led by 11 points at quarter-time. The margin now out to 28. Bearing in mind, Adelaide booted the last 2 goals of the first half. Checking the goal scorers, Shea Cockatoo Collins has booted 3. 2 to Chad Corns and singles to Brewer, Schofield, Lade, Mead. That was an interesting one. And Stevens, a very clever one. And for the Crows, Darren Jarman has booted 2 and singles to Bond and Goodwin. We talk about consistency when it comes to umpiring. Well, of course, John, they're different umpires, aren't they? That's the problem.
They certainly are, and you know, the full credit to Port Adelaide. They've got in front, and they've got the free kicks.
Okay, well, it went down the other end immediately after that. and the crowd were very hostile. Within a minute, this was paid as holding the ball. At the other end, of course, it was a ball up. And you can understand patrons getting a little disgruntled by all of that.
Oh, very much so. You know, the one with the Jarman one, he had the ball with him and tackled and it hugged it to his body. That one there, maybe Hart just could have got just out just with a little tap with his hand.
Seen some very interesting goals this afternoon as well. What about this one? It defies logic almost. I was never good at geometry, but how does he get it to go in that direction from there, Chad Corns?
Well, he certainly has kicked it on his, the right side of his foot there, a check-sider, banana kick, which is called here in Adelaide, and it's worked out quite well for him. Well, at the MCG this afternoon, the Kangaroos are playing Collingwood. Now, the Kangaroos have won their last 3. Let's take a look at some highlights from that game.
After coming from Sydney Swans, well, he'd be delighted to be at Collingwood because he was a mad, passionate Collingwood supporter as a kid. There's Archer into half forward, no mark to Carey. He's got support from Scholl. Scholl drives it in towards Motlop. He's marked. He can run into an open goal. Up the left foot, bang, goal to North.
Buckley away from Carey. The interesting matchup that Nick McGuan spoke about. Almost a mark to Pike. Martin farms it out. Bethera's a chance. A couple of fumbles earlier. That's better. Williams can kick these, up and does. Beauty, great goal.
Good even contest so far. There's Rocker jumping high. It's kicked by Lockyer down towards the centre of the ground. Here's Betheras again from inside 50. Bobs a goal with a long one. Another one to the Magpies. A ruckman out there, someone with a fair bit of height. So it's at half forward for the Kangaroos. Here's Brett Allison. He's got it. Quick little give to Carey and a goal.
Oh, Richardson in his 100th game. Big fly from Tarrant. Bell, good tackle. Motlop, boy from the Wanderers in the Northern Territory. Couldn't do much with that. Tarrant takes the hand pass, snaps and goals.
King's going to kick it across the ground. It flicks over the back. Carey on Buckley. That allows Bell to kick it quickly in towards goal. I think it's a goal. It is.
He's very good close to the ground. Pike, who's had injury problems in recent times. Now he can make amends here. Scholl should make amends and does make amends for the Kangaroos.
Capuano was free. All you needed was a little deft kick across his body. Would have found Capuano unopposed. Dangerous.
Oh, gee, this is dangerous. Lane has to go off the ground. Archer to Carey. Two of their big guns combining. They've got loose players everywhere.
Have a look at his technique here as he comes in to shoot. He's second for the day.
Kick one already, so 24 for the season. Oh, and that's just scraped in, I reckon, for a goal.
The Kangaroos and Collingwood at the MCG. Replays are scheduled around the network, so if you don't wish to know the score, I suggest you look away now. It's half-time here at Football Park. The Power lead it by 28 points. Back with more from Showdown number 6 right after this.
Look at this, darling. They've put beetroot on the hamburger.
Oh, you're right, Reg. And if you don't put a nut on your noggin, you're going to be that colour.
Yeah, it's on yours and all. Do you think they're having us on?
No, darling. I think they just wrote the wrong rules when we sent them out here.
McDonald's McGoz is back to stay. And with onions and that Australian slice of beetroot.
It's true. Top tucker, sunshine.
It brings out the Aussie in anyone. Could this be the future of AFL? Super athletes with super salaries. Footballers specially bred. We may see specialist sperm banks. Stronger, faster, taller. The next step in the evolution of football. Monday on 7 Nightly News.
You are an Australian, and we are the oil company who serves Australia. Adelaide Fuel Distributors. Professional people. Specialists constantly in touch with leading world technologies. People who can deliver the best products and the right advice. People who know there's one oil company who'll serve our country better. Adelaide Fuel Distributors, your Ampol Caltex distributor.
We've put a lot of money into our house. Now we'd like to use the equity for investments. And anything else we need.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
Like your glasses?
Yes, I bought them at OPSM. They're Vision Max lenses.
Well, they look really good on you.
Vision Max range of lenses, exclusive to OPSM. Things never looked so good.
With a budget rental vehicle, if you lock your keys inside or you need any help, just call us. And our 24-hour roadside assistance will come to you. Budget drives your dollar further.
Introducing Pizza Hut's new Oven Fresh Works. As well as all the variety of our Works bar, you get to choose the pizza you want, delivered straight from our oven, hot to your table.
Pizza Hut!
Hello? Hi, darling. What's happened over there in the last couple of days?
I've met someone, and he's got 4 legs.
Telstra's $3 Easy STD is now extended to weekends. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, call anywhere in Australia and pay no more than $3. Chat for hours with Telstra's $3 Easy STD. It's like a whole night's entertainment every night.
We've been talking for 25 chocolates.
Mom!
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike.
Dad!
Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
It's the ultimate AFL Grand Final weekend, including return airfares and accommodation for 2. Entry to the Grand Final dinner, plus tickets to the game.
To win, collect entry tokens in the advertiser each day, then watch 7 Nightly News from Monday for the footy code word.
Tranquil scene just beyond Football Park, but inside it's been violent, it's been tough. And Port lead 10-4 to 5-6 at half-time. Cockatoo Collins has booted 3 goals. Time now for a Mitsubishi moment. Let's go back to round 6, 1988, and a toss of the coin. Let's check the toss of the coin now. Umpire Peter Cameron to toss it up.
And there you go, the coin stuck.
A bleak Friday night, driving rain at the MCG, making life unpleasant for the brave 10,000 on hand. The tiny crowd unaware of the pre-match drama taking place. Out in the middle of the field, umpire Peter Cameron overseeing the toss of the coin, watched on by rival captains John Law of North and Ross Glendenning of the West Coast.
The first time he called it, muddy situation, the coin's landed on its side, so we have to toss it again, and Johnny Law called heads once more, and it's landed on its side for a second time. So as he's tossed it for the 3rd time, I said, damn this, I'm going to call it myself, and I've called sides. And I've just pointed, we're going to kick that way, and we did. Didn't work though, we lost the game.
Ross Glendenning, another Mitsubishi memorable moment.
But I think it's safe to say the West Coast Eagles have been doing a little reminiscing in recent times. Thinking back to round 6, for example, when they beat the Western Bulldogs by 72 points at Subiaco Oval. Those two sides going at it again this afternoon. Here's some of the action from Optus Oval.
Grant takes the front position, did well too, got his hand on the ball. Garlic has been in great form, paddles the ball along, he's got 3 to beat, caught by Braun, tough in the clinches, Jose Ramiro bangs it through. Chris Grant, the Bulldog superstar, finds Montgomery, been very handy, drops it in short, off hands, the crummer. Loose ball again, Powell just come off the interchange bench, Hudson hammers it home. He's got 2. Kemp under extreme pressure. Metropolis for the Eagles. Long kick, and Cummings in the goal square. That's 82 for the season. Long kick. Montgomery up a mile. Comes to Grant. Well, he kicked an impossible one last week. Could he do it again? Chris Grant. Oh, you hero! Gehrig to the 50. Donnelly couldn't complete the mark. Winmar. Well done, Nicky Winmar. Well, he's holding it. Strike me, Pete.
See, if you fall on the ball, you must knock the ball out straight away. That's the rule. Big bomb into the square, so it's one for the high flyers. Cummings was there. It may have came off the hands.
Sausage.
It is a goal. And Cousins
Continues to work hard. Liberatore has been a star. Back to Jose. His partner in crime. Yes! Magnificent!
It's kicked to half forward, just outside the 50 to White. The Eagles desperately need a goal at this stage. They trail by 20. Kicked by White. Cummings. Hands to it. No mark. Matera! Off the ground goal. In the middle of the ground, Metropolis.
Got a spare Matera
running him
behind him.
down. Dropping in a bit short. Matera, although always dangerous, kicks his third.
So the Western Bulldogs and the West Coast Eagles playing at Optus Oval this afternoon. Replay scheduled. You know the routine. If you don't want to know the score, look away now. 3 years in the competition, they're off to the finals, and right now Port Power lead in showdown number 6 by 28 points. Back with more right after this.
Now at McDonald's, you can get a bacon and egg McMuffin, a hash brown, a coffee, and your daily newspaper, all for only $3.45. The Good News Breakfast, only from McDonald's.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
Before we take out a home loan, we want to know all our options.
So here they are.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 136364.
If you're planning a wedding, book your formal wear this month at Ferrari's, and regardless of the wedding date, you can hire from just $49 per outfit. That's a saving of $41. But hurry, it's for bookings made this month only at Ferrari Formal Wear.
They're coming to pick me up. Pick up any large pizza from Pizza Haven on Monday or Tuesday and they'll only cost you $4.95 each. A large pizza for just $4.95. We call it Monday, Tuesday madness.
Call up Pizza Haven tonight.
You can get it dipping. You can get it chipping. You can get it having a run. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter. You can get it lumping. You can get it thumping. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
Move on it.
It's a devious way to get her man back.
I own a male escort service. But you're hiring a guy to make Greg jealous.
Say hello to Antonio Sabato Jr.
How do you feel about kissing? You might even want to sleep with me.
He was that good looking. Incredible. He's coming.
Just everybody acts natural, damn it.
That's natural?
If jealousy doesn't get her the man she loves.
He's upset. This is great. He's upset.
There's always Plan B. Monday on Ali.
Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. That's a postcard, isn't it? Looks beautiful. Half-time, showdown number 6 from Football Park. 28 points. Port in front as we go down to the boundary. Here's Curls and Abbott.
Yeah, I'll just get Neil Curley back here in a second. Down in the Port Adelaide rooms, obviously very upbeat feeling. They are playing very good football. Incredible. I looked around, Warren Treadray, Bowen Lockwood, Francis, Burgoyne, and even Matthew Primus. They're looking on. It's just the future seems very bright for Port Adelaide, and they're playing that way at the moment. Kills?
I was just checking with the Crows. There was only 3 interchange for the Crows. I thought, don't tell me that Matty Connell behind, but no, Burton's on his way. He's just getting a bit of a medical recovery.
Poor Matty.
Thanks, guys. Start of the second half then. All the players on one side, with the exception of Robran, coming through as Franco. Gave it straight to McLeod. Thrown as he kicked. It goes back towards the centre circle. Costa applies a strong tackle there. Down went Kingsley. And a bounce just forward at centre for Port Adelaide. They lead 10 Port to 5-6.
You boys can see Burton walking around the boundary on the other side.
Sure can, Kells.
Here's McLeod over the ball. Is he taken high? No free kick. Eventually paddling it out of the congestion with Stevens, only to fall over. Now Dew gets through. Here's a chance to score from here. They stayed off him. Bad defence. Dew heads for home and misses to the right-hand side. But he can't back off him when he's coming, because he will go for distance.
He's a beautiful kick too, Stuart Dew, but unfortunately enough this year, I think he's kicked more points than goals, so he's just got to get that right if he wants to be a top AFL player. Playing the forward lines, he must straighten up.
So Dew, having just turned 20 years of age, a young man with much football in front of him. Hart on out to Bassett. The Crows looking for some support. Has it there with Goodwin on the left foot. Goodwin sticks it along the boundary line. There's no one out there. In actual fact, it floats right over the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. That's Burton walking around the outer side.
Neil Curley picked up his first touch there.
And Daniels to take the free kick on the near side. Into half forward. He's also close to the boundary line, and Bassett's spoil on corns takes it over for a boundary throw in. Nathan Bassett played 19 out of the 20 games coming into today. Almost a regular player for the Crows. Stevens, body work in the front, gets a second go at it with Schofield. Cockatoo Collins, just a short little chip kick to no one in particular. And so another boundary throw in. Burton, the long walk around. He's at the northern end, and if I was going for distance, I would have come around the other way, so I thought that would have been shorter. That's not the choice. It's at a half forward for the Port Power. Connolly's just dumped there by the Franco tackle. That's aggressive football. Connell runs out of support, runs out of mates, and Franco just slams him into the turf.
Played a great game, Connell.
And Julie then gives it over to Andy McLeod. So Josh Franco wearing the number 32 Guernsey, which is strange because you would think clubs would have a second number 10 jumper. They haven't the power. Free kick to Hart.
Boys, report on Burton. A knock to the chest, but doctor says he could be used if required.
Well, I'd suggest he is required. That would depend upon injuries to other players. So Ben Hart looking for options. And this is where the Crows are. It is all dried up in their forward line for them. He goes just to kick it into centre half forward, hoping something comes out of this. Picked up by Orman Allen just onto the ground. Let's fly towards the goal square. Can't be taken there by Jamison. Wanganeen doing the cleaning up. Lovely little chip kick. Disposal number 11 to Wanganeen, and finds Shea Cockatoo Collins. Deep in the back pocket is the half-forward flanker.
Cockatoo Collins up towards the half-back flank. In front, Stevens. No mark. Tyson the crumb then breaks away. 70 metres from goal. They'll contest about 25 out. No contest. Paxman.
Great grab by Paxman. Been strong all year, Stephen Paxman.
Just the Port Adelaide bench. Shane Brewer, Mark Harwood, Matthew Bode and Roger Jones.
50-metre penalty now against Jamison. Brings him back inside the centre square. Much underrated Steve Paxman. (10-5 to 5-6). Paxman straight down the middle. They'll contest right on the attacking 50. Stevens from behind knocked it down. Corns kicks it straight up in the air. Play on's the call. Well, I thought that went about 10 metres. Schofield taken down. The umpire had a perfect angle on that one. It did float a fair way.
Yep, I'm with it, Dennis. It went 10 metres the other way, though.
Yeah, they've paid some shorties this season, though, haven't they? Quite often you think the umpires forget, but that time, Schofield a bit stiff. Kingsley in the grasp, got the kick off, in from the side, Allen the big leap, it spills wide. This is Lyle, tries to slug a tackle from Ormond Allen, dragged down. Hart gets a hand pass away to Beckley. Beckley forward of half-back, looking to use the ball. Robran limps across, he doesn't look too fit. Robran, Lade picked it up after Boat attacked it initially. Now Kingsley twisting, comes towards the line. Oh, what a mark!
Slip catch.
What a mark by Stevens. Lunging after that one and wrapping it up. A contender for the Cadbury's mark of the year right there. Goes across the ground. Schofield getting in behind. Smart wants to go. Kicks down towards half forward. Clever kick too under pressure. Steinburner, 55 metres out.
Robert
Chance for Port right here. Robert is off the ground. Thanks, Curls. Goes in short. Bit too easy. Eagleton is marked within scoring range.
Just get the feeling that this game's just going to bust wide open if the Crows aren't able to stem this run from Port Adelaide's half-back line and actually convert some goals half-forwards themselves. It's just going to blow out. Power have got everything going for them.
It's going to be a smorgasbord in ruck now for the Power.
Robran looking rather forlorn there. He's done a hammy. And that could spell the end of his season. As Eagleton pulls it left to right and behind.
And I agree with you there, Curls. I think Lade has been excellent. Even in with Robran on the ground, Lade's work's been quite pronounced. With Robran off, it really does give Lade a licence now.
And that was a danger before the game too, Terry.
Yep. So Bassett from the back pocket gets across it. He's still at half-back. Haven't reached half-forward. Here's Tyson loose on the wing. Goes towards him. Lade coming back. Does it very well, the big man. That should be 50.
Yes, pulling back now.
Well, he really is making a stamp on the game as Lade.
And you would want to know, Terry, the wind has picked up.
Seems like everything's falling Port Adelaide's way this game, but with Ken McGregor on Lade, it's going to be a big job for him with Wren, Marsh and Pittman and these types of players out. Big job for him, maybe a great learning tool for him.
Lade, who kicked the goal in the first quarter, a snap from in around the behinds after being fed by Shea Cockatoo Collins, now has his chance from right on 50. Deliberate shot with the aid of the breeze, as Neil Curley just told us, but it floats across to this near side and a single behind. Power now go out to 31 points in front.
And fellas, you may have the stats up there. Has Vardy had a kick on Wanganeen yet?
No.
Nothing.
And I wish I could expand upon that, Curls, but I can't.
Thank you.
There's Rashudo then. Belatedly. Goes for distance. Gets plenty of it too. Members side. Lade just reaches over the top. Knocks it down. French couldn't control it. Spills to Tyson. Chance for the Crows then. Tyson a searching run through midfield. Kicked inside the 50. And found a man. An involuntary target as it turned out. Bond getting in behind it. Able to mark it after a missed kick.
That's what the Crows go to do. They're going to be more direct with their kicks. Like Rashudo kicked it out there, kicked 17 metres, crumbs off the pack by the Crows, and picked up by Bond. Good mark. Ran about centre forward.
Troy Bond going at his second goal. The Crows need this one, and he tugs it right to left and kicks it behind. So the margin back to 30 points. It was 28 at the major break. Real testing time for the Crows. They need to hang tough here. Power showing the energy, showing the appetite. And why not? Paxman kicks in. Members side, Lade, who's just been terrific. No contest there. Simply too big and too skillful. Takes a liberty. Gets the hand pass away to Schofield. Schofield the one bounce. Running down towards half forward. Kicks inside the 50. Not the best finish. Bassett's got a problem though. Knocks it across the boundary line. It will be thrown in just inside the 50. 67 plays 37. Schofield probably could have done better there. There's Gavin Wanganeen. He's seen Vardy off. I'm sure Peter thanks Curls for highlighting his problems. Bassett thumps it down. Falling to the ground, McGregor. Coming through on the burst, Tyson. Smart. Gets it over the top. Intended for Hart. Played it very, very well under the circumstances. Got it back to Smart.
In towards half forward. The two Bond boys stand and work at it. Neither of them get it in the end. Port power with the numbers. And this is Bond down now. It's Shane Bond for Port. Out wider still, Nick Stevens. Excellent hands to Schofield. They've got the one-on-one going. Schofield on the berth. It's the half forward. He wants a better kick than his last. He hasn't got it. A pair of Crows collide in the air. Corns can't get to the ball. It beats him. Boundary throw in.
Right, boys, a report on Robin, right hamstring.
Terry Gavin Wanganeen, an outstanding performance, especially tonsillitis. He was under a cloud and told to stay away from the rest of the players for about the last 3 days.
He's been very good. Robin injured again, just returned from a hamstring problem. The problems aren't with Port just at the moment today. They're pushing forward, continually into their forward line. And this is interesting here from Ben Smart. More often than not, he'd be called a throw there, but just a little flick of the foot falls in favour of the umpire. Inside 50, Port Adelaide have gone in 38 times, Adelaide 21. Already in this quarter, it's 7-3, Port's favour. Costa at half-back, finds the football eventually, back inboard. More central play, this time into Smart. He's got some support from the run from Bickley, ignores that. Floats it on the top now towards Connell. So Connell, true centre-half forward, towards the forward line, Jarman. One-on-one, he is the most dangerous player in the competition.
It's the second time we've seen that work today, just the use of the body. Just man-on-man against Wilson here. Just a little push and a great grab.
You've got to look at this fact, boys. 11 minutes and Port haven't scored a goal this quarter. The Crows, oh, gee whiz, don't write them off just yet.
Jarman has kicked one in each of the first 2 quarters. Kicked the first of the second. He's now got the first of the third.
Tuesday, 9:30.
The last 7 years, I've been on an incredible journey.
What you will see will amaze you.
I've seen what appears to be impossible.
How can statues bleed, wounds heal overnight?
Now experts examine what I can't explain. As science tests faith, we invite you to sit on the jury.
Seen live by over 20 million Americans, Mike Willesee presents a television event for the skeptics in all of us. Tuesday, 9:30, Signs from God.
3 goals to Darren Jarman, 25 points the margin. Interesting setup inside the centre square, all loaded to one side, as you can see, and McGregor coming from the right. Blade goes up early, tries to hook it down behind. This is Costa hurriedly down towards half forward. It pitches just inside the 50. Awkward one there for Bond. It came to Shane Bond. Slips a hand pass away. Dashing away is Wanganeen. Kicks it out towards space in the wing. Coming up to mid at Eagleton. Turns around. Goodwin laying in wait. Took him down. This is Smart the crumb. The next goal, very important in the context of this game. Daniels comes across and angles it across the boundary line. Yes, if Adelaide get the next one, it will be interesting.
And boys, believe me or not, the breeze is slowly starting to turn to go the Crows' way.
Yeah, I looked at the flags and I thought that had happened, but I looked at McCoffey and thought someone may have spiked it. Thrown in, Wanganeen dragged down, and we'll have the ball up.
On the ball.
Yes, that breeze is turning around a little bit. Right to left.
Port Adelaide just haven't put the score on the board in these first 12 minutes of this quarter. Jared Schofield, probably a prime example, heading towards the boundary rather than down the middle.
Up goes Lade, straight to Jarman though, to Bond. Getting a hand to it was Lyle. Spills towards the pocket, hacked out of mid-air, and just missing. I think it was Jamison, was it? Had to be quick to see him. It might have been Allen. Just a half chance. Watch it again. It was Allen.
Certainly the Crows have shown a bit in the first 13 minutes of this quarter.
On the outer side with Daniels. Keeps it there. Lyle back inboard. Now towards centre half forward. Hart shields the sun out of his eyes, then goes for the mark and takes it in front. Could very well be leading the best and fairest count with the Adelaide Crows, this man.
And the Port forwards are starting to dry up a bit too.
Here's Vardy, kick number 1 on the left foot. It's not too bad towards Orman Allen. Hits the ground, nearly went off with it. From one step, kicks on out into the path of the running forward. Tyson There's just a little bit starting to come back into the game for the Crows.
With the Crows, Wills, I just think that they're using the ball a bit better. They're moving the ball a bit quicker as well.
Tyson holds it up. We'll look for a contest right on top of the 10-metre square. The kick goes across the goal face. Port Power, 2 players up, both intent on spoiling the ball across the boundary line. So not much of an outcome there from Tyson with an opportunity at 45. Needed to put more pressure upon the Port defence.
Terry, we talk about tests in football. I think this is a good one for Port Adelaide at the moment.
And you would expect they'd like to have that going into the final series.
I think their plan here, a big media build-up, a big hype for this game, and then on the road next week against one of the top 8, it's a great walk into the finals for Port Adelaide.
Paxman gave it to Schofield, who hits it towards half-forward. Slapped back again by the Crows. Here they come. Schofield again on the left.
Schofield towards midfield. Steinberner. Lyle wants it out in front. That's the direction the kick takes. Lyle going back, needed a Shepherd. No, didn't require the Shepherd. Got inside the 50. The hand pass, though, was knocked down by Bassett. He held on to Bassett. And I think the Crow defender will get a free kick after all of that. Doubly well played. Swings it out wide, so a chance, a rebound opportunity for the Crows. Bickley releases Connell, likes a run, carries the ball after 2 bounces up towards the wing and spots it beautifully. Smart's got it. Right half forward. 10-8-6-9. Crows having their best patch in this game. Nigel Smart goes for distance. In from the side, Vardy should have marked it as it turned out. No opposition up with him. Away comes Wilson, deep in the back pocket. Well, that's an interesting job. He hand passes straight in front of himself. Jarman goes across and confronts the umpire.
Now free kick.
It'll be a Port Power free. Well, Jarman has gone eyeball to eyeball with umpire Brett Allen and has paid the price, or more particularly, his team has, but they get the ball back. McLeod chips it towards the 50. Ormond Allen has got it. And he steadies. He's about 60 metres from goal.
Just his presence has made a difference to the Crows side since half-time.
It certainly has, and I think as we commented at half-time, Wills, that Ormond Allen, very physical player. That's certainly what they need.
Here's Tyson in space, can run to the 50. Steinberner tries to effect the kick. Didn't get there in time. Tyson from long range.
Head back! Head back!
Which one-ton club cab offers more cab storage space than any other ute in ute class? Which one-ton ute now offers soundproofing at passenger car levels? And which one-ton ute features side intrusion beams for that unexpected impact? One-ton Triton.
Tyson gets his first, but Adelaide have kicked the last 4 goals of the game. The last 2 of the second quarter, the first 2 of this third. Prior to that, Power had got out to a 41-point lead. It has now been pegged back to 17.
The Crows may be back. The good news is the old fellow next to me, Neil Curley. He is alive. He's still here with us.
Rigger hadn't quite set in.
I've had a jumper lead start.
The second bounce in the centre of the ground. Vardy renewed after half-time. Tackle from Bickley, then the charge from Bickley, then the slap from Bickley. What a skipper's effort. Cut down by the defence of Port Power, though. Wade, Jarman doing some work now. He's inspired. Wilson confronts him. Allen from nowhere hangs onto the ball. Handballs in towards Smart. Manhandled by Daniels. Allowed to go on by the umpire. Boundary throw-in right on the 50-metre arc for Adelaide on the outer side.
You just see that a couple of times there, Darren Jarman. He is fired up. A couple of those bumps in the last couple of minutes. He's a man on a mission at the moment.
He has 3 goals. The leading goal scorer for the Crows. Shea Cockatoo Collins has 3 for the Power. McLeod, Steinberner right there with him. Just forced forward by the Crows. Smart in the front position. Looking for a free. The ball's in there somewhere. And the umpire comes into bounce.
Terry, there's a lot more urgency about the Crows outfit now.
You just wonder where that was after the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, Pearls.
That's very true. Very true indeed.
You noted as Nigel Smart left the ground during the first quarter, he didn't have urgency about him, but somehow they've been able to rekindle it. Bickley from one step to the top of the square, pushing, shoving. Paxman gets away from Jamison, a rush behind.
Great poise there by Steve Paxman. for the footy. Knew what he had to do. 10-8, 7-10. A lot to be said about these local derbies, as they say in Perth, derbies. 68-52, plenty of passion out there this afternoon. Towards the outer side, McLeod, a fist from behind. Franco taken down immediately by Bickley. Smart hand passes inside the 50. Lyle falls on top of the foot. He needs to be careful. Penalised. Free kick to Jarman. Right on the 50. And Jarman has to give it up. So Connell will get the kick.
Just on that, Dennis, Bickley's just done a bit of a show, I think, so we'll keep in contact with that.
He's been ferocious in the last 10 minutes. Meantime, Connell from 55 metres out sets it towards goal. They contest about 5 metres out. Offhands Wanganeen. Quickly away to Franco. Brilliantly done. Stayed in the same space. It bought some time and space, but now Lade's kick clears the boundary line. So Barty will put it back in. Just under 6 minutes, still three-quarter time.
The kick wasn't what they wanted, Dennis, but just their sharpness with hands in close in defence has been impressive from Port Power.
So Barty has had a bleak day. Took 7 goals in showdown 4. About 20 metres out. Lade again, putting his stamp on this one. The dominant big man in the game without question. 68 plays 52.
Perhaps the only big man in the game. But he's done it. Mead. Lyle carrying the ball from half-back. Power haven't yet scored a goal in this quarter. Half forward. It's going to be turned back by Goodwin, the left footer. Perfect kick. There's 2 Crows in there. Allen's the one to take it in the centre of the ground. Has McGregor out wide. Misses him, unfortunately, so this puts the pressure on the young man. Shea Collins does enough to hamper his left foot kick and force the ball boundary side out of bounds in front of Costa for a boundary throw-in.
It wasn't bad play by the big Ken McGregor then. Just he knew that was a player ready to tackle him. Just got the kick away.
Throwing in. Lade drops it down with his right hand. Schofield can't get through at the back. This is Stevens. He's found an opening. Charges towards the boundary line, then kicks along that towards French. Stevens does well with the spoil. Goodwin again on the left foot. Looking for a mark from behind. No one goes for it, and Barty stands his ground, takes the mark. There's an option inboard. It's a dangerous one. The Power turn it back. Lyle's spoil was great. Cockatoo Collins feeds back into the path of Lyle. Has an open lead. Goes towards it. Rashudo and Dew. He kicks points early in the season. Can he hold in? This one's due, and he's missed the game.
Opportunity at Port Adelaide Bruce. They just, the goal kicking in the second half hasn't been as good as the first.
It's been terrible. Stuart Dew, he's been under a lot of pressure. We know he has a beautiful kick out of practice. He's been training and practicing, and his percentage is fantastic. This season, during the game, it hasn't been his strong point.
Judo finds McLeod. McLeod, lazy kick, gets it to Bickley under pressure, feeds the hand pass away to Connell. He's forward of half-back. He kicks up towards half-forward. Relayed free kick. Connell is down. Very slow to get up, Connell. Meantime, Jamison's got the footy. Bickley is down. Bit happening. Meantime, Jamison kicks inside the 50, honouring the lead from Jarman. Jarman, good balance. Great poise shown by the defender, Wilson. Knocks it across to Stevens. Stevens at half-back, kicks it up towards the wing. Bode lets it bounce, can't control it. Out of bounds it goes. Order has been restored on the far wing.
Brewer on for Bode.
Yeah, surprisingly, Brewer started on the bench after half-time. Lade got it down to Kingsley, smothered off the boot by Goodwin, comes across to Stevens. Great evasion by Stevens. Kicks it out wide, looking for the lead, coming up from Dew, but getting back with great courage was McLeod, and back come the Crows now.
Tosses on out towards Tyson, who's been busy in this quarter, keeps his feet in the contest, has the football now, looking for support. All the support comes from the Power. Lyle honours the Schofield run, and here's Cockatoo Collins. He's got it. The man who got the Power going in terms of goals in the first quarter. 2 goals in the first quarter to Shea Cockatoo Collins, 1 in the second, and now 1 that could steady the ship.
Well, they haven't scored a goal this quarter for Adelaide. It's a good opportunity for them. They've had the opportunities early in the third quarter, but could not capitalise on it.
the most experienced player, Cockatoo Collins. Game number 95 for him. Played 85 in his 5 years at Essendon. An important shot at goal. Henley's stopped the rush from the Crows. He slotted it.
Ci tengo alla mia macchina, sai, è proprio un amore. Capirai, quindi, mi è venuto quasi un attacco cardiaco quando ha cominciato a fare bang, bang, bang. L'ho portato subito a Oltrecciuni e il meccanico mi ha detto che si trattava del timing. Hanno fatto la diagnosi, me l'hanno aggiustata e non mi hanno fatto pagare mica tanto, sai. Oltrecciuni, brava gente. I speak my language.
For power, steady the ship. The centre-bound structure, as Dennis has pointed out, open sides on the port side, if I may say it. Franco back this way, that way, then finds that space that was for him. Cockatoo Collins is in front. Hart does some manhandling. It's let go. Cockatoo Collins on the boundary line. Nonchalantly steps on over, and the ball will be thrown in.
Well, Kills, the Adelaide boys have shown a bit inside 50, Adelaide 14 to Port Adelaide 11, so they must capitalise in the last quarter.
French over the back, does it well to Kingsley. Can't get past Costa. Vardy works on out wide, can't get it away. Cockatoo Collins again, and again over the line, another boundary throw-in. Barnaby French again will try and get this over the back. Nick Stevens is setting himself up the charge. No, fools everyone, drops it down in front. Brewer isn't there, missed the football, Goodwin off the ground. He's cleared it outside 50, McLeod now has to do it. Lyle wins the football, Franco, Daniels, he's got some space, pushes it in, it's Crows defence have got it covered, and a little extra from Stewie Dew. You hope he's not getting frustrated from his misses, that's cost him 50.
He didn't get 50 from Stewie Dew, he got the 50 from Jared Scoper after kicking the ball. It is right here, Jared picks it up, just kicks it, and he did kick a goal.
The Crows' goal here would set it up for a nice last quarter struggle.
They need one, Kells.
Just worry, Rat, a little bit too much celebration after Shea Cockatoo Collins' goal, and now an undisciplined act like this. You just wonder whether they switched right on.
Margin 23 points. It was 28 at half-time as Bassett drives from half-back down towards half-forward. Smart is there. Daniels missed it. That could prove costly. Connell couldn't control it. Popped it up. Brewer falling to the ground. Orman Allen knocks it on. Against the flow, Daniels gets the hand pass away to Kingsley. Kingsley drives it out towards the wing. An advantage will be paid. They were thinking about bringing it back. The umpire's waiting on that kick. And Lade made it okay. Goes to Franco. He's played a very good game. Josh Franco, one bounce, running down towards right half forward. Spears the pass in. You couldn't hang on. Controls it pretty well. Tries to soccer up the ground. It spills back towards Schofield. Don't give him space. You do it. It's a peril. He's hit the post. Dangerous man around goal. A minute to go in this term. The margin 24 points.
Great build up then by Port Adelaide. A lot of the goals are coming back from the half-back line.
Under a minute of play left in the third quarter. Risciuto out to Bickley. Two of the senior players combining. They need to keep it going. There's another Hart. Carries it. Connell drops off to do the shepherding. Hart now 60 metres out. Pulls the kick, so there's going to be a contest top of the square. No contest. Orman Allen does enough, though, to get it down to ground level. Quick hands. Harwood works with Mead. Mead just steadying influence in the back line. Kicks across. Finds Daniels. 28 seconds. Looking at the clock up on the scoreboard at the venue, it shows 28 minutes and 43 seconds. Players don't know how much time's left. Daniels right across the grounds. Cockatoo Collins.
Yeah, well, how can a player like that get so much space?
He has just snuck away. 3 or 4 bounces, direct in traffic. Now have to kick. Kicks it deliberately nose over nose for the boundary line. Does it well right on the siren. And Port Adelaide get the 1 goal that quarter was most important. Adelaide kicked 2. The game has tightened up.
after 15 goals in the first half, 10 to the Power and 5 to Adelaide, just 3 in this third quarter. The difference is 4 goals. Port Adelaide looking to hold on. The Crows coming back. Showdown number 6. It'll be a great last quarter.
The Taylors are making a horror movie.
We get terrorized by blood-sucking cannibals.
A love story, I like it. Terror in the Burbs.
You could drive a truck up that nostril.
Don't hold your breath for an Oscar, guys. Home Improvement, tonight, 7:30 on 7.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! Yo! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning. Do no 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 da da da. Do 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 da da.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Hog's Breath Cafe has a new menu with many of your old favourites and some great new dishes. Whether you crave a great burger, a huge dinner salad, or the best steak in town, Hog's Breath Cafe has the goods. Hog's Breath Cafe, food with attitude.
Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Come on, baby, it'll fill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Roll all night long. Come on, baby, yeah, this is it. This is something you just can't miss. Come on, baby, hey, we're on a roll. All day, all night. Let the good times roll.
Today Info Talk looks at an innovative, cost-saving hot water system, the Rinnai Infinity. Ordinary systems waste energy by continually heating large stores of water, like boiling a kettle all day for 1 cup of coffee. The Infinity only heats water as it's used, so you never run out. And you can save up to 1/3 on your hot water gas bill. You can even set the exact water temperature for convenience and child safety. This has been Info Talk for Rinnai Infinity.
You'll always find the right part for your car at Auto Pro.
Well, the game's got a bit quiet now, not much happening. I can't remember a more boring match. Oh, that was an incredible play! It's died down a bit now. The players seem to be asleep, which I was. Oh, spectacular! Hasn't carried on, though. Very up and down game. Mainly down. Oh, that's brilliant! Lincoln, you'd have missed it.
For your piece of heaven, call up piece of heaven today.
Who thought living life could be so rewarding? By just using your Diners Club card with Ansett Australia's frequent flyer program Global Rewards, you'll earn 50% more points than any other card. That's 50% more points to put towards hotel stays, flight rewards, and car rentals. So why wait? Join now and start earning your rewards faster.
William Shatner will boldly go where no sin after
The
death.
big giant head is here!
A Third Rock special event.
You are now officially the new High Commander.
Third Rock, the wrath of the giant head, tonight.
Football Park on a lovely Sunday afternoon. Three-quarter time in showdown number 6 put Adelaide on top by 24 points. Cockatoo Collins has booted 4 goals. Darren Jarman has booted 3.
7 Sport hope you're enjoying this match as part of the 1999 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season.
And I've got to tell you, the AFL has gone online. Everything you want to know about the AFL, about your club, is there at www.afl.com.au. All the stats, all the scores, all the merchandise online with the AFL. Let's go down to the boundary and Neil Curley.
Yeah, just about ready, boys. Here's Darryl now. Okay. Well, Darryl, what's your observation?
Oh, look, we've made some really bad skill errors there. Neil, I don't think we can comment on their commitment. They've worked really hard, but if you turn over like that, you leave yourself open to be exposed on the other side, and Port have done that a couple of times badly to us.
In conditions, bad luck to have Robert and Burton unavailable.
Yeah, no, that's the luck of the draw, isn't it? But the boys, to their credit, they really battled it out there, and if they go again like that, we can kick the first one, it can put some pressure on the opposition. So hopefully, with the first couple of minutes, will be very important.
Thanks, Darryl. Over to you, Abbott.
Thanks, Neil. I'm just joined by the new Port Adelaide mascot, Thunder Power. Mark Williams, though, very serious. He has got a game on his hands. He concentrated. He's talked with Stuart Dew, who missed that goal. He also spoke with Michael Wilson, who's had the job on Darren Jarman, and Nathan Steinberg, who's had the job on Andrew McLeod. They're the two keys to Adelaide. Either of those players can take any team apart, so he spent a fair bit of time on that. Darren Mead, very vocal in the huddle. Port Adelaide, they're here to win this one.
Thanks, Abbott. Quickly looking ahead. Match 1, Friday the 8th of October at the MCG, Australia against Ireland. Match 2 at Football Park here in Adelaide, Friday the 15th of October. Tickets at the gate or through Ticketmaster. Set to go in the final term of Showdown 6 from Football Park. The Adelaide Crows, the benchmark for the past 2 seasons, with their season running down. Lacking a ruckman, so McGregor getting a quick education. The margin just 4 goals. Lade, dominant once more, slaps it down. Brewer couldn't control it. Out of the centre, Connell, hurriedly towards half forward. Ormond Allen had it knocked away. Lyle played it brilliantly. Fed it back inside. Kingsley looked away when the ball was bouncing back to him. Gets the hand pass to Lyle, goes off a step with the left boot. Floats it down towards half forward. Bassett knocks it into the path of McLeod. Now he's away. Quicksilver pulls it back towards the middle. Loose ball. Getting back is Stevens. Couldn't control it. He's on top of it. Wants to be careful. The umpire decides to ball it up. They've been pretty hot on that today. Every time a player has gone to ground, the fans of his particular club have held their collective breaths. The umpires this afternoon, as always, not universally loved. Lade knocks it down. Daniels falls on top of Beckley. Emerging with the ball is Franco. Franco kicks it out towards the wing. Cockatoo Collins camped in front. Hart came over the top. Schofield put the body in. Goodwin played it brilliantly, fed it to Beckley. Beckley breaks away, kicks inside the 50. Daniels goes back, did pretty well. Waiting in front is Smart. Can he snap the goal? They trail by 4 goals. Paxman is back there again. And a couple of times we've seen that today. Knows his angles pretty well and knocks it through for a behind.
Most big opportunity to get back in this game. Maybe if they scored that goal, they need a quick one as quick as they can.
So the experienced Paxman, a nod of the head, wanted them the other side. Obviously it was a foil lap. Mead on this side, didn't complete the mark. Ball hits the ground. Bickley's underneath, can't find the out with the ball. It's held in there by arms and legs and bodies, and the umpire will bounce again. Port Power led by 11 points at quarter time. Mead and Smart running into the foot of Mead.
He's got one guy in there, boys.
Now went out to a 28-point lead at half-time. And Adelaide just made a 4-point inroad, 24 points. The difference between the sides at three-quarter time. Nigel feeling not so smart, is now up. McGregor gives away a free kick. Lade has been very good. His work around the ground, boundary throw-ins, ball-ups around the ground, ruck work has been excellent. Now with Daniels on this near side. In towards a one-on-one contest at half-forward. Crows in front. Smart barged into from behind by Dew. Franco in the 32 jumper. Tackled by Connell. And a free kick to go to Matty Connell.
Smart's off, boys.
Connell has had a lot of the football. Smart limping off.
Cork at the top of the 5. Yours.
Connell, disposal number 24. Gets a lot of the football. Binky just on the ground, can't get it. There it is, it's hemmed in again. Free kick to Daniels. Kingsley gives him an option round the back, ignores that one, uses Schofield on this side. His short kick to Shea Cockatoo Collins. Collins has had 12 kicks, 1 handball and 4 goals straight. Been the difference, been the live wire. Mead had the taste in the first quarter with the goal, sneaking in, but even I would suggest outside his range now.
Towards the pocket, close to the line. Steinburner, right on the line, has paid the mark. 76 to 53. It'll take a good kick from here. Sharp angle. Nathan Steinburner is becoming a valuable player in this Port team. Did a hamstring. and now trying to force his way back in time for the finals. Some quality players to come back for Port. Good situation for them. Steinberner to the kick-off line. Big pack. Well, it falls right in there. Ormond Allen stood up in the tackle, but not for long. Gets it to Bickley, taken high. He'll get a free kick. Deep in his own defence, Mark Bickley. For so long, the man who set the standard for courage amongst these Crows. This year has not been their season. Bickley drives towards the outer side. Some wrestling out there. Dew is taken down. He's going to get the free kick. Pretty hard one to call. Both of them. A bit of purchase on the other. Now Lyle runs inside the 50. Prods it down towards the pocket. And Harwood takes the mark. Mark Harwood, promising youngster.
It's not a bad kick, Mark Harwood. He's been on the bench probably the last 10 or 12 weeks for Port Adelaide, so good opportunity to kick a goal. So he just this will be his first kick for the day.
This to hurt the Crows. Martin currently at 23 points. All their good footy in the third term. The Crows didn't make much inroad. Wonderful kick, goal.
Welcome to the Crown in Ranella. Yours.
Oxford Landing Chardonnay, $7.99.
Joyce Scott, 700ml, $25.99.
Jacobs Creek Sparkling, $8.99. Western Export, cans and stubbies,
$23.99 a carton.
Jacobs Creek Table Wines,
$7.99.
Sweet.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local sip and save.
So Howard with his first touch of the leather gets the first goal of the last quarter for Port. Now out to 29 points. They led by 41 during the second quarter. Adelaide Crows have had their comeback. They'll need to come a second time here now. Ormond Allen does well to knock it on down. Brewer misses the run of the football. Kingsley trying to barge his way through. Goodwin goes back at it again. Brewer a second time. His hands can't get it away with a kick. Goodwin on the left foot. He can do that. Pushes out wide, but there's the skipper. Gavin Wanganeen turns it back towards Nick Stevens, who can get on his bike and go. Kicks in towards centre half forward. Dew's caught behind. Roving it is McLeod. He loses the football. Steinberner overruns it. Hart handles it well. Uses Stevens on the out with the kick towards the wing. It's going to bounce in the path of Rashudo. Needs to get it on over. Does with a chip kick towards Allen. Keeps it in. Need to keep going. Encouraged to do that by Ormond Allen that kicks a beautiful one into the pocket. But Jamison didn't reach out to meet it. Free kick given against Paxman.
Tough that one, Royce.
I don't know why it was given.
Yeah, great effort there by Paxman.
Umpire Andy Coates indicating the Paxman has told Andy Coates where to go for dinner tonight. Coates has taken offence to that and given him 50 metres.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with that. That is a perfect defence, and that's just crucifying the backman for doing something good.
So Steve Paxman has given it up to Jamison, and he's kicked a goal.
The Athletes Village, 15,000 athletes. Just imagine the communications logistics. 60 specially dedicated Olympic Games cable TV channels. The phones, carrying all our messaging, fax and data. Even the food orders from the kitchen will depend on our network. In fact, the entire telecommunications backbone of the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games will be handled by us, Telstra. All those people who still think of Australia as that little place down under. Hello.
Well, you can't play it any better, but Steve Paxman was penalised. Not Jamison, who copped a 3-week suspension after an altercation with Scott Cummings in showdown number 1. That lives in history. Getting a goal right there, one they needed. They need the next one. Franco out of the middle, kicks inside the 50. Backing his judgment, Bassett played it well. Goodwin taken front on, dragged down. Bassett comes again, battling in there with Eagleton. Eagleton claimed by Bassett. Cockatoo Collins came in and moved the body. Whistle, ball up, 35 metres out.
Boys, a report on Smart, a badly corked right thigh.
Bad luck for the Crows. There's the bounce. Coming over the top, Harwood. Only as far as Bassett. Trying to crash his way through. There was no path there.
And John, Mark Williams will be pleased with this. I think now the game has tightened up and it is getting physically harder and tougher just to prepare the players for what's in front of them. They take on the Western Bulldogs next week, but then their finals game.
Harwood knocks it down. Coming away is McLeod. McLeod races through midfield, kicks it down towards half forward. Bond's in front, knocked away by his brother. Trapped there by Allen, over the top Bond. Shane Bond, that is. They scramble after it. The Crows have not given up. Coming away is Brewer, kicks it out wide. Stevens, can he conjure something here? Right with him is Vardy. Well, it bounces back to Vardy's favour. He kicks around the outer side. Troy Bond's in front, close to the boundary line. Looks back towards the middle. Costa is free. He ignores that finally. Goes long down towards Darren Jarman. Getting back is Wanganeen under a cloud, but so good, so resolute this afternoon. He kicks it out wide, hoping for the boundary line, and that, dare we say it, is centimetre perfect.
So Gavin Wanganeen going to lead his side, Port Power, into finals in a fortnight's time. Leading this showdown, number 6 against the Adelaide Crows. Rashudo, the lock handball. Binky works the ball back outside 50. Orman Allen concedes a further 15 metres. Connell's kick in towards 30. Jarman can't get a run at the ball. The skipper Wanganeen works with Bond. Bond with Lyle, and away they go again. Port Power run it out of defence. Bond providing the shepherding on Jarman. Jarman finally gets through, but can't make headway on the run to half forward. Stevens does well against French. Nick Stevens comes on in. There's Stevens everywhere. There's Rogers everywhere. There's Jameses everywhere. And there's a sports flash from Melbourne.
Another Cadbury's Mark of the Year contender. Chris Tarrant of Collingwood taking a swing with a young man who certainly has a spring. Watch it again. Chris Tarrant, mark it down. We saw Chris Grant earlier this afternoon. Boundary throw in about 75 metres out from Port's attacking goal.
Just touching on it before, was what you were talking about before. Yes, I think it's a great way that Port Adelaide finish this game on a very big high. Just getting themselves prepared for the finals.
Terry, you're talking about just what sort of preparation for Port Adelaide, a young team. It just seems they've soaked up everything. Mark Williams is a teacher by profession. He's a teacher in his style and coaching, and the young squad just seem to be soaking up everything he can throw at them.
Umpire Coates throws it down. In fact, it's the defensive goal nearest that bounce down. Ports on the outer side. It's going to be a free kick. It'll be taken by Costa. Costa kicking towards half forward. Daniels reaches over the top, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to Port. Not sure why, but they've got it.
Yeah, Binky hand on shoulder there. I just can't see, Dennis, I just can't see the Crows with enough petrol in the tank here. I think their race is just about run.
We're 12 minutes into the last quarter.
Was that Neil Curley conceding?
Come on, Kells.
I think he's put his hand in the pocket, I think.
You're a power man, Kells. Come on, mate.
He's just learning the words to the song.
Connell can't get it on out. Power through Brewer, intercepted into the forward line. There's Lade. He's done it in the centre of the ground. He's done it in the back half. Now in the forward line, completes a very good mark. A key player in the Port lineup. Injury to Matthew Primus early in the year has really thrown the load onto this young man.
This is first rest of the day, Wills. I think he's been on the ball for the whole game. So Barnaby French has moved up into the ruck and he's played a magnificent game today.
He's kicked 3 goals earlier in the year against Fremantle. Kicked 4 in a game last year, so has got that skill with him. He's kicked an important one here in the last. No, he hasn't.
Flags went up, Wills, didn't they?
They got me. Hook, the line and sinker.
Typical Port Adelaide trying to con a goal.
So the margin back at 24 points, 10 minutes to go. Hart kicks off, Members side. French reaching over the top, knocked it down. Franco close to best on ground, feeds it back towards the middle, and Brewer, a couple of options to the far side, finds Lade. Man on close to the goal is Eagleton, who wants the ball, but Lade decides against that. And in fairness, Eagleton was deep towards the pocket, but he's a left footer.
This is not a problem here. He'll get the distance.
Good kick.
Okay.
Adelaide today has had 30 hit-outs.
He's kicked one goal, as you can see, just moments ago from very near here. Didn't miss by much. This one a longer kick. Same spot. Another behind increases the lead out to 25 points now.
Dennis Adelaide had a big day. Barnaby French probably been well held by Mark Stevenson. Probably running around the ground is probably just what he needs at this stage of the game.
Just a clean out for the young man. Lade has kicked 1 goal, 3 here this afternoon. Hart's kick in. Stevens just drops it. Branko's at the bottom of the pack as he has been all afternoon. Lyle now drives it back from where it came. It's 2-on-1. The 2 win out. Bassett in front marks well. Handballs on out to Connell. Kicks to half forward. Rashudo's the target. Rashudo just pushes Lyle out of the way. Didn't hide that at all. Lucky not to give a 50-metre penalty away when the ball wasn't given back to Lyle on the full. 25 disposals, now 26 to Lyle. Been very busy up to the forward line, and there they are again. They just keep bringing them out, and young Harwood now with an opportunity.
It seems to me, Wills, that Port Adelaide, probably for the 3 quarters so far, have played the better football. The Crows certainly had something there in the 3rd quarter, but nothing sort of came after that.
Yeah, a little bit too running on with that, John. The fact that you got Robber and Burton, Smart, pretty capable players, unable to compete. So, but the 2nd quarter was no doubt entirely Power's way.
So Mark Harwood, one of the youngsters in the lineup from Tasmania, from inside 50. He's dragged it across to his near side. He might sneak it in. No, he hasn't. He's missed the lot. So a penalty free kick for out of bounds on the full. Bickley to take it. Bickley, 3rd year as skipper of the Crows. He's held the Premiership Cup aloft twice. Not this year. Costa tackling on Franco. Franco 30 disposals now to date. McLeod steals one. A little bit of magic weaves this way, that way. Back to Tyson. The smother was excellent. They're working out of the Power. They're not going to stop until the final siren goes. Connell, the short kick to Rashudo, has some room in the centre of the ground, takes 1 bounce. The chip kick across towards Stevens, even towards Vardy. Vardy's just confronted by Daniels. Rashudo follows up. It's play on's the call. Rashudo comes back. Can he clean this one? He has Allen. Shane Allen outside 50. Benke's short and loose. Ignores that. Port gets back now to cover all those options. It's 1-on-1 in the forward 50.
It needs to be quicker than this, boys, doesn't he?
Tries again for Benke. He's got it. So Benke did all the work there. He offered himself on at least 3 occasions with leads. And on the final one, Shane Allen honours it. Albeit only just. He does get it. Brian Benke from Port Adelaide. That's an ominous-looking sign. Just perhaps there's still a little bit of Port in the boy. Nick Stevens off.
I think there would be, boys, here in Adelaide, once you're a Port man, always a Port man.
Paxman again, brings it in, goes short and finds Eagleton.
That would have been a handy goal. Got a careless kick. Eagleton to Shane Bond. Eagleton runs again, gets the footy, kicks it out towards the wing. Poor kick though. James has got the run of it, close to the line. Ellen tracks him. James pulls it back, taken by Wanganeen. So good this afternoon. Kicks to half forward and spots Harwood. Harwood about 75 metres out from goal. Malcolm Blight's last showdown. The kick about 20 metres out. McLeod hit the pack running hard, got the crumb, breaks away, he's in the back pocket, swings it out towards right half back. Rashudo watches it bounce away. Lyle with him step for step, and a boundary throw in. Well, the reigning premiers may be depleted, but it's a good educational process, this one, for the Power. The Crows have tried hard this afternoon, lacking the manpower, but certainly they've had the spirit, apart from what was a dispirited second term. Now French getting a free kick, left half forward. The official attendance today, 42,000 671. So good crowd on a beautiful day. French short to Meade. So as it turns out, it mattered not what happened yesterday and last night. Port came here determined to handle their own future. They had taken care of business.
Full credit to them.
12-12 to 8-12. Meade going for distance. He's kicked a goal this afternoon. It wasn't a pretty kick, but it was effective. Off hands down in front. Tyson coming through as Stevens at close quarters to McLeod. Out of defence. He chips it up towards half back. Well played, Rashudo. Got it on the ground. Well played initially there by a power play to knock it down to Lyle. And the kick wanders down towards the pocket. Dew has it now. Sharp angle hits the post. Well, that wasn't his fault. Some good
He
combination.
cannot buy a goal, poor Stewie Dew.
But Bruce, he's the type of bloke who would come out next week and kick 8 goals.
Well, we know Brad exactly what he can do. You just hope and pray for him one day that he will get a goal, because he deserves when he tries that hard.
Good combination back at half forward, set it up. Brewer, Harwood, Lyle, Kingsley.
And Hart goes to the outer side to Bassett. Because Stuart Dew has 3 behinds against his name this afternoon, giving him 22-33 for the season. We all hope it turns his way shortly. Daniels been solid in defence for Port. Tosses on out wide. Kingsley floats a handball further on towards Eagleton. Their little chip kick. Not bad at all in there, Harwood, and he's given something since he's come off the bench. That's his 4th mark.
He does this week in and week out. Wills Harwood on a good rep for this kid. He's been sitting on the bench for Port Adelaide for the last 10, 12 weeks, and he does this every week.
He's already kicked 1 goal in this 4th quarter. He has kicked 2 goals on 3 occasions for the year. Here he goes. He'll kick from some 45 metres out. It goes across the face of goal. It's gone right across.
You give him that?
Out of bounds. Stevens heads back out from where it came. Dangerously so, but Bickley's up to it. Works well, does Bassett. Finds some room, steps on out. Left foot kick towards the wing. Here's the 2 Bond boys again. Troy and Shane. Shane wins out. Now this assistance. Rogers, James, Bond. They're all out there. That's a good combination. James and Bond. Perhaps you could do something with that one. I'm not sure. And Shea Cockatoo Collins. 4 goals for Cockatoo Collins. Leading goal scorer on the ground for the Crows. Jarman has 3. Franco bursts through from the contest in towards centre half forward. Bouncing across the face of it. Settling down on the left foot. Does it come back enough? Eagleton couldn't bring it around. Another behind. 12 goals. 14 now to Port Adelaide. 8-12 to Adelaide.
Well, they've weathered every storm. Bassett to himself. Kicks out towards the defensive 50. This is Vardy. Just pops it over the top for a shooter. Left half back. Connell is on. He thought about it. Likes not to. Just over 3 minutes till full time. 26 points the margin. Vardy has run up from the back pocket. Goes by hand. James around the outer side. Kicking down towards half forward. Ormond Allen. Spring heel jack. Up he goes. Takes the mark. He's about 85 metres from goal. Short one again. James has run on. Takes the mark. Very clever with his hands. Releases Bond. Sharp angle. And Bond kicks it behind. That's Troy Bond. Pulls the margin back to 27.
Dennis, I suppose John Platten will say there's a little bit of Port and Troy Bond as well.
There's plenty. Bruce, you should know that. Inside 50 boys for the total. Port Adelaide 57 times. Adelaide 40. That's 17 more times in, so they really deserve to win this game.
Paxman short. Bode has got it. Shane Bond deep in the back pocket. Looping hand pass. Daniels hard against the boundary line. Kicks it up towards the wing. Favors McGregor. Juggled attempt at the mark. Half chance was all Lave needed. Grabbed the ball. Kicks it down towards half forward. In front is Corns. Closing is Bassett. It's out of bounds.
And Chad Corns, an exceptional goal in the first quarter. Has kicked 2 for the day. The first draft pick taken by Port Adelaide in the 98 draft. And he's starting to develop as a young player.
And Terry, the Port Adelaide fans enjoying this. This will be the last time the Power will play at Football Park this year, and away next week, and they'll be away first week of the finals as well.
So they travel to Melbourne to take on the Western Bulldogs at Optus Oval next week, whereas Adelaide host the Kangaroos here at Football Park. Josh Franco, what a game he's had. 15 kicks, 16 handballs, and has covered an immense amount of territory throughout the afternoon.
The Bruce have been good signs for Port Adelaide today with a lot of their players getting a lot of good touches, and also Treadway back next week and Lockwood kicking 6 goals, 5 in the local competition.
Drew, if you don't mind, he's let a bomb go.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike. Dad! Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Yeah, you're right, John. That was all of 70 metres. Wonderful kick on the run from Stuart Jew. 5-1 the margin now, so it'll look pretty easy in the book as it turns out. Bode gets the hand pass to Brewer, bounces off one Crow, hand passes towards half forward. Bickley came in solidly, spills back towards Brewer, head down in trouble, wrestle to the ground. McGregor in the opposite direction, kicks down towards half forward. Daniels tried to fist it forward, missed it. Jew put the body in. Benke came over the top. Troy Bond goes to McLeod. McLeod in trouble. Took a while. Gives it to Jamison. Jamison from 60 metres. Spots James up ahead. And he will kick it goal from about 25 metres out. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball this afternoon, James. Goes short to Connell. Just over a minute to go. The clock is running down. And the Power fans savouring the moment.
Yeah, without doubt, Dennis, Wade in ruck and the half-back line of Wanganeen and Mead has been a beauty.
Matt Connell, former best and fairest kicks. Ungainly looking kick, but it's straight.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! Yo! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Adelaide get their 9th goal, and it was always going to be a tough ask for the Crows. This week they revealed the longest injury list in their 9 years of AFL football. No fewer than 13 players were unavailable through injury for today. So they've been game, they've worked at it. Port Power, they're the ones who'll celebrate this evening. Costa to take the free kick. Only seconds remaining in showdown number 6. Kicks to within 30 metres of goals. Orman Allen up. Roving well was Bode. Across the body on the left foot. Kicks it outside 50 and out of the arena for a boundary throw in.
Just on that Connell one, Rat, I think it's a good idea that he's had the full game, even though he's made some errors. It'll get a lot of confidence out of that.
For sure, Cos.
Thrown in, seconds remain. Lade just gets a fist to it. Jamison pushed out of it. Free kick, advantage now. Bickley gave it off to Tyson from on 50. Probes it in towards the goal line, right on the side. It's a behind, one behind. But it's the Port's game.
Well, it's good to see so many of these Port Adelaide supporters out here today. Bruce?
Yeah, Gavin Wanganeen, fantastic game. You're in the finals last night, but the boys still came to play.
Yeah, even though our finals destiny was decided last night, we had nothing to lose today, and I think a little bit of pressure was lifted, and the boys, we played a good game today.
What about yourself? Under a bit of a cloud, a bit sick during the week, but you've come through?
Yeah, had a dose of tonsillitis, bit of a sore throat, but felt all right today, surprisingly.
And across the half-back line, you just mopped up all day.
Yeah, well, Oh, just one of those days where the ball sort of helped me out a bit.
Just one of those days. Well done. Go and enjoy it with the boys. Neil?
Yeah,
Right,
thanks,
Kel.
boys. That second quarter back there, they just came at you in waves.
Yeah, the midfield for Port was just so powerful. They just come through, and it was just big waves of them coming through, and they just broke the game open that second quarter.
The ruck situation was always going to be difficult, but Adelaide certainly played a beauty.
Yeah, you know, he was fantastic all day for them. You know, whether it was in the back or up forward, he created plenty of opportunities, and that's an area that we've probably lacked in all year.
Okay, pal. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Abba.
Well, mate, Josh, a quick Guernsey change, but we didn't miss you in the middle there. You were all over the place. No one could seem to lay a hand on you.
Yeah, I guess it was a good team effort in the end, and I guess coming into this game, when you were in the finals, took a bit of the heat off us, and we just come out and enjoyed our footy.
What about the build-up to the finals now? You know you're there. A big game today, a big build-up, and next week against one of the top teams.
Yeah, I guess it's a good test for us. I think if we want to go anywhere in the finals, we've really got to have a good crack next week, and after that, we'll reassess and have a good go at the finals.
You must be confident with today's performance. A very good game, and big players, especially in the forward line, to come back.
Yeah, I guess we got Treadray and Fabian Francis to come back as well, so we got some quality players coming back. It was just, as I said, it was a good team effort, and it was a great win.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, Chris.
Josh Franco, terrific game this afternoon. It's official. The balance of power in Adelaide has shifted. It's shifted to the power. They will represent South Australia in the finals. They win by 24 points. A terrific performance. 13-14 to 9-14. They led by 28 at half-time. And try as they might, the Crows couldn't get back in the second half.
Full credit to Port Adelaide, Dennis. I just probably feel that the whole week has been a bit of pressure on them by coming up with the Crows. The Crows had nothing to lose today, and by the results of last night and yesterday's game, I think Power came in today's game thinking that the pressure's off them. They can go out there and play some good footy. Over the last couple of weeks, they haven't done that, but certainly today they can say that they're ready for the finals, and hopefully for next week they go in with a big game against the Western Bulldogs at Optus Oval next week, going in pretty confidently.
Yeah, nice tune-up for them. Missing some players. Of course, the Crows, it's well documented how many players they've got out, but it doesn't matter much now in terms of what lies ahead, but for Port Power it does as we go down to ABBA.
Yeah, just got Brendan Lane. As Darren Mead just gives me a block and Shepard on a tackle. Laney, well done. Just seemed you had a fairly good time out there. Not too many big men in the Adelaide lineup.
Oh, yeah, it's not too bad. It's a bit easier with having got a recognised ruckman, but Robin and McGregor, they did all right, so it's a good win in the end.
Do you ever think you get a rest? Because you basically rucked all day.
So I've been tongue in the bag all day. I'm absolutely knackered now.
Enjoy it.
There's an insight for you. And slipping away quietly while all this is going on is Malcolm Blight. Of course, he'll be back here again next weekend, coaching in his final showdown. What an impact he's had on football in this town. But for the moment, it's the Power who celebrate. Rapturous fans, a club used to success. It hasn't taken long. Their third season in the competition. The first two under Jack Cale, and they were competitive from day one. And now under Mark Williams, they've gone a step further. Plenty of youth, a lot to like about this team, Terry.
Oh, there definitely is. And we look at back at that first game that Port Power played under Jack Cale. There's some 9 players who are still there, and so they've been a cornerstone in this development over the 3 years. But you look at some exciting young players coming on. I mean, we've spoken about Stuart Dew, just what he can add to it. Chad Corns, we saw earlier on, just show us some of the skills that he's got. And then Harwood after half-time, when he came off the interchange bench, he really gave them something in that forward line that they could kick to and actually even convert for them.
Well, they've got the bragging rights for summer. Indeed, we saw it this afternoon. They improved their record to 12-9. They led by 11 points at quarter time, 28 at half time, 24 at three-quarter time, and they win by 24. Cockatoo Collins booted 4 goals.
Could this be the future of AFL? Super athletes with super salaries. Footballers specially bred. We may see specialist sperm banks. Stronger, faster, taller. The next step in the evolution of football. Monday on 7 Nightly News.
The Paris-Dakar Rally, 7,000 kilometres across the scorching deserts of North Africa. In a race that most don't even finish, the mighty Pajero has dominated. Its nearest rival, the mid-sized Mitsubishi Challenger. Now Mitsubishi has developed the Pajero EO, all the toughness and durability you'd expect, but in a more compact form. Mitsubishi, the toughest four-wheel drives from here to Timbuktu.
Maybe it's because we live in a hectic world that we all strive for a better quality of life. At Mawson Lakes, you can live the life you want, the way you want to, with lakes and parks to explore and enjoy. Friendly, leafy streets where you can leave the car to walk or ride. Homes designed to work for you, saving you time and money, and tomorrow's technology at your fingertips when you want to use it. At Mawson Lakes, it all makes sense. Look for the signs on Main North Road.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Okay, guys, this is it. If it was easy, everybody could do it. Your country is expecting the best from you. Remember, winners don't quit and quitters don't win. I know you won't let them down.
Okay, guys, let's do it.
Knit one, purl one. Help these guys stitch up the Sydney 2000 Olympics on Green and Gold Sock Day. Buy your socks now.
Got a stitch. He wasn't very good at shot put. High jump? No. He was no great shakes at hurdles. And discus. Well, he could do better. But boy, could he run. Find out what you're good at. For little athletics information, call this number or visit the Athlete's Foot.
The champion's going to win it. What a hole! And it's there. Yes! What a magnificent goal. What a gem.
See more action. See 7 Sport. On Today Tonight, the Croc Attack heroes. Dave jumped on his back, saving their mate from certain death. He's terror, absolute terror. And the best breads.
You've got to make sure that you know what you're getting.
Revealing which breads are best for your health. 6:30 Monday.
The Lakers Showdown number 6, we're back at Football Park. And Port Adelaide win by, what was it in the end, 24 points. 13-14, 92 to 9-14, 68. They led at every change. Shea Cockatoo Collins booted 4 goals. Chad Corns a couple. And for Adelaide, Darren Jarman booted 3 goals. And really, John Platten, looking back at this one, they were challenged a few times today, Port, but they showed maturity.
They certainly did, Dennis. A great work by Port Adelaide. Probably in the third quarter, they were a bit shaken up, but to their credit, came back. And that's probably one of the things that Port Adelaide are very good at, especially just starting off very, very good, and then finishing the game very ordinary. But today, did it quite well.
These are highlights from the second half. Darren Jarman did some good things, but not cited enough as far as...
Finished up with 3 goals, Jarman.
Yeah. Probably their only forward, really. The only man they could go to. Tyson, not bad, had his moments, scoring from long range.
The big thing here, I think probably the whole day was the tackling for both sides was very, very good. I would think that Port Adelaide came out on top. The use of the ball right from the midfield from Port Adelaide. Look at that, Shea Cockatoo Collins and Dunny loved this, kicking 4 goals today, and probably back from his deathbed last week after
came off on a stretcher.
Yes.
I made the point during the commentary, you give Schofield's pace at your peril. He uses the ball very well, not only kicking goals, but if he gets clear, he set that one up to Cockatoo Collins.
Certainly was. And Stewie G, maybe opportunist, missing a few easy goals, but to his credit, came back, kicked a 70-metre goals, and confidence builder for Stewie. Hopefully, as I said, going up to the finals.
So the numbers on showdown number 6, and they're pretty even.
Pretty well much even, yeah. All the kicks and the effective kicks are 143 to 40. I'll say the tackle is 25 to 31. So both sides had a fair nicking crack at it, which is good. Inside 50, 58 to 42, and you can tell by the scores, Port Adelaide too strong through the inside the 50s.
Okay, John, you were doing the voting this afternoon. How did you go?
Well, Josh Franco got my 3 votes, so I thought that he played a sensational game right through the midfield, 31 possessions. Brendan Lade, sensational. Like, I know the opportunity there was for him to play very well through the ruck, had 30-odd hit-outs, and Braden Lyle finished up with 27 possessions as well through the midfield, and that's where all the drive come through Port Adelaide.
So it was the Power, home by 24 points, back with more in the wake of showdown number 6, right after this.
Row H, Holland, hockey, hoof, hairy horse's hoof. There you go, enjoy the movie.
What's he playing at?
Can you name the game to win $10,000? Details at these stores.
Got plenty of gear.
You make your home as individual as you are. That's why South Australia's Power State offers home loan options that suit you and only you. Power State Credit Union. We put people first.
Arnie's greatest test to find the one toy for baby that every kid has to have. Hey, buddy. For the first time on television. You picked the wrong day. Jingle All the Way, Sunday on 7.
The 3 little pigs.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
Oh.
Said the big bad wolf, and there he is.
Big
he's
bad
threatening.
wolf is up the front there with the red pants. Really
he's
groovy
huffing
red
and
pants.
He's puffing.
You think so?
He's huffing.
No. Have another
and
huff.
He's huffing, puffing.
Have another one.
Blow your house down.
Well, go on, huff.
Come on, show us your stuff, Wolfie.
Come on. Here we go. Huff. Whoa, nearly did. Nearly did. Oh, yes! Pull it down. But the pigs are safe because they're in the brick house.
That's right. He can only blow down the house of straw and the house of sticks.
Yes.
And we won't talk about what happens when he goes down the chimney into the house of bricks.
Oh, he just gets a little bit of a hot bottom and has to leave quickly, doesn't he?
As one would.
Yes, indeed.
And here comes the City of Enfield Brass Band. This was formed in 1960, and this, since that time, has achieved many successes. Their drum major is Kate Blake.
This is the pageant queen already.
Gosh, she's sneaked up on us.
Tamara Maguire.
She's from the Savings and Loans Credit Union, and she's resplendent in a gown of shot gold and shades of plum.
And we have some of the pageant princesses: Karen Chandler, Fiona White, Romina Calabro, Georgie Mizika, and Debbie Meek.
And they're all looking very glamorous on the pageant queen float, the queen of the pageant.
Oh, this is the queen of the fairies now, who's
I've got mixed
magically
up,
appeared.
sorry. I've got confused
queen of
between my queens and my fairies.
And there's a magic lake behind the queen of the fairies there. The magic moon floating, sorry, reflecting in the lake.
Do you know what? I reckon that this float, or that float that we just saw, might have been the favourite for lots of little girls.
Oh, but for me, it's Nipper.
And Madeline Sermon's riding Nipper today. Lucky little girl, the famous little brown horse, has been in every pageant since 1933.
Doesn't look very old.
No. And here comes Fairy Nook. Fairies at the bottom of the garden.
And they like nooks, fairies. This is a nice little pleasant place to hide. And this is a fairy nook because what they've done, they found an old boot and turned that into their nook.
Under the bluebells.
Here's the second horse.
There's the bluebells.
There's the nook again.
We're back in the nook with the little daisies and the fairies. There they come, waving their flowers, because fairies like flowers, really.
They do, they do. Now,
and there's Nimble.
once again. Nimble's been in the pageant since 1933.
And riding him today is Emily Hunter from the Satisfact Direct Credit Union. And what a lucky little girl she is.
She's been able to ride this wonderful horse all the way through the pageant.
It's lovely as well as having new floats every year, Brenton, isn't it? It's lovely to have the tradition that stretches right back to the beginning of the Christmas pageant back in the 30s.
This is the Trans-Adelaide Brass Band. The musical director is Peter Doherty and the drum major is Kurt Erdelman. He's been leading the band for 16 years.
Gosh, that's a long time, isn't it? Good on him.
They haven't taken a break at all, not in Aston.
Just marched round and round the city. No, we're being silly now. We're just getting too excited because Father Christmas is nearly here. And you know Father Christmas is on his way when you see the plum pudding coming down the road.
Well, I'm feeling a bit peckish myself. This is the Christmas bakehouse where they get all those wonderful Christmas puddings and biscuits and cakes and things ready. Oh, yum.
What's your favourite Christmas treat?
Oh, Christmas cake.
Christmas cake. I like
Christmas cake with marzipan icing.
Oh, I do like Christmas cake too. And it keeps so well.
It does.
You can have it right into the next year. I think our chef there is mixing up a Christmas pudding. Look,
I think so.
Got his recipe book out.
Lots of hot custard.
Ooh, yes.
Yum. That chef seems very happy in his job.
Lots of nice South Australian dried fruit going in there.
Oh, yes.
Sultanas and
The
currants,
best.
dried apricots,
The
cherries.
Christmas bakehouse. Another great thing about Christmas, of course, are the carols. Christmas music.
And none better than performed by the Australian Girls Choir in this wonderful Christmas setting.
And some of the other images of Christmas, especially in Australia.
Cosy Koala.
Yes.
Where do you think Cosy Koala might come from?
Ooh.
Do you think he might come from Kosciuszko?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. No, but
Just
you
came
could
to me.
well be right there.
Because, you know, Kosciuszko is one of the few places in Australia that has a lot of snow.
All
And
the time.
He looks like a
Snowy koala,
snowy
do you?
koala. So I think he might be from Kosciuszko. That's the highest mountain in Australia.
It is.
Speaking of snow...
Oh, and skating on ice. It's Christmas show time. And the music of the Skaters' Waltz is really encouraging that young girl to spin around and around and around in a very special ice cage.
I'd be giddy.
Giddy?
Giddy. I'd be dizzy and
Oh,
giddy.
dizzy and giddy. Spinning around. Well, if you did that for 3/4 of an hour, I'm sure you'd be dizzy and giddy.
I would be, I'm telling you. I'd also feel a little bit sick, I think.
Oh, you don't feel sick in the pageant?
Not at the pageant, no. And she's very clever.
wow.
Look, not only is she spinning, but she's doing it on her tippy toe.
A beautiful day here in Adelaide for the Christmas pageant. Everybody in eager anticipation, waiting for that one special person who will be here before long.
This 7 News Update brought to you by Colonial's new special rate saver. Get your home, your loan, your way at Colonial State Bank.
Good evening. The earthquake that has hit Turkey measured almost 6 on the Richter scale and shook the same region, still recovering from the huge quake that killed 17,000 people just 3 months ago. This time at least 120 people have been killed, and countries all over the world are again organising rescue missions. Local authorities have managed to retrieve scores of people trapped in the rubble. Back home, and you know the year is almost over, when the Adelaide pageant hits town, and it did that this morning. More than 400,000 people turned out for the event that saw the arrival of Father Christmas. The pageant also signals the start of the Christmas retail splurge. Shop owners are predicting a big Christmas spend-up. Sunday's weather, fine, cloudy and cool, with a top of 19 degrees and southwesterly to westerly winds.
Fisher and Judith Ackroyd spent the night together. Get out!
Juicy goss as good as this.
Now it's time I settled the score.
For her, it's dynamite.
Judith and Fisher together makes me want to throw up.
The claws are out on Home and Away Monday.
We didn't choose to have our business catch fire.
And we certainly didn't choose to get hurt fighting it. Well, Jack will be off work for some time.
But we did choose to have our property and our income insured with Merck.
And now we choose Tuscan Red.
Mercantile Mutual helps people as well as businesses get back on their feet. Now, what can we do for you?
It's difficult to imagine the lives our parents and grandparents led when they first arrived in this country. But out of hardship and adversity, we developed a sense of identity, a sense of humor, and eventually, a national cuisine that is a mixture of all that is good in the world. San Remo, Australia's favourite pasta.
Hyundai's 1999 model clearance is on now. XL Sprint just $13,990 drive away, less an enormous $1,000 cash back. More room, more power, plus Hyundai's 5-year warranty. Hurry, XL is clearing out fast.
We didn't choose to have our business catch fire, but we did choose to have our property and our income insured with Merck.
To protect your income and your property, ask your insurance advisor about Merck or call us. The most misunderstood animal on Earth, and one man's love and understanding has been the reason for its very survival. On The World Around Us next.
Yes, and because the sun's coming out and going back again, although it's a little bit overcast, it means that everybody's not too hot, because in this costume you would be if you were going for a sleigh ride, if it was a hot sunny day.
It's not the climate to go sleigh riding in here, is it? Particularly in late spring.
No. But they're having a lovely time today because the snow's not melting in the sunshine. It's staying on the beautiful fir tree.
Magic snow. Everything's magic about Christmas.
Especially on the pageant day.
Oh, yes. There are two special colours really, aren't there, for Christmas? Green and red. So much green and red colour in this pageant.
Yes, they're really the traditional colours of Christmas, aren't they?
Yes.
And white.
Well, white for snow.
For snow if you're in
many other countries, of course, there's plenty of snow at Christmas time. And this is the 10th 27th Battalion Brass Band with Drum Major Sergeant Barry Rowe and Band Master Sergeant Olwen Kidney.
Looking leopard skin front.
No, it's only a fake one.
Oh,
It's
would
not real.
be?
No.
Yes, a pretend one.
It's Christmas in Toy Town.
Oh, you can tell that. Look at them all. There's a koala and some kangaroos, some Christmas blocks, and a train pulling this float.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. Very soon, of course, Father Christmas will be here and he'll go into the Magic Cave and all the children can go in and say hello.
Just like they're saying hello there as they watch.
Oh, look,
all
are
the
they?
kids
They're
go.
so anxious now, really getting excited, waiting for somebody to arrive.
Well, you know, when we start seeing all these Christmassy sort of floats, it can only mean one thing, Gretchen.
Like this, the biggest Christmas stocking you could ever hang on your mantelpiece or hang anywhere.
You'd have to have the biggest bed, wouldn't you, to hang this one
Hang
at
that
the
on
end
the
of
back
your
of
bed?
your bed. Oh.
Have to have a bed as big as a house, and look at all the toys in there.
It'd take you a whole year to go through that Christmas stocking and sort out what's in there.
It would. Do you know, I think it takes Father Christmas a whole year to pack that stocking ready
Well, I
for
don't
the
think he
pageant.
does it personally because he has lots of little helpers.
It's very clever. And look, some beautiful Christmas trees being carried behind the float, no, in front of that float, by people on rollerblades. If you see those waving bits in the background, that's why they're waving, because
Oh,
they're
really?
on rollerblades. Isn't that clever?
Here is the big Christmas tree. The largest musical Christmas tree of all, and covered in little Christmas tree fairies.
Yes. And there's some big Christmas bells walking alongside.
They must have fallen off the tree.
They prefer to walk.
They're very pretty Christmas bells.
They've got big sort of tinsel baubles on their heads. those Christmas bells. They're lovely.
It's a very exciting time when you get the tree and decorate the tree, isn't it?
Do you have a tradition in your family? Do you do it on Christmas Eve or do you do it before then?
I usually, yes, the night before Christmas.
Night before Christmas, yes. And here's the Stardust Castle. This will be another favourite with all the fairy lovers.
Which where all the Christmas dreams and fantasies come from.
Aren't they
Stardust
beautiful
girls.
costumes?
They're the ones, they spread out their capes and they gather in all the secrets and wishes and take them inside the castle because somebody in there listened to all those dreams.
And if you look closely on the inside of those capes are lovely sparkly stars. Now there's a couple of those rollerblading. Oh, we missed them again. We'll get one soon.
Well, this is the Australian Army Band from Adelaide. And the officer commanding and the musical director is Captain Gordon Lambie, and the drum major is Sergeant Ian Boat. And the band sergeant major is Warrant Class 2 Greg Watkins. Warrant Class 2, sorry.
There's some rollerbladers behind the band.
Right. But of course, someone behind the band that's more important is Father Christmas.
He's here at last.
Yes,
at last he's here.
The reindeer, aren't they excited? Wouldn't you be excited being one of Father Christmas's reindeer?
Look how fast they're running to get into the magic cave.
There he is. He's here in Adelaide.
He's arrived. He's arrived. And he's blowing kisses to all the boys and girls.
He's a very generous old man.
And leading, of course, is Rudolph with his red nose. And we've got Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. Well, Rudolph will be there, someone. Yes, I can. Do you want me to? I can even say it backwards.
Oh, okay.
Blitzen, Donner, Cupid, Comet, Vixen, Prancer, Dancer and Dasher.
And Father Christmas, who's now leaving his sleigh.
He's a very hip Father Christmas, you know, because he's got a special lift.
He has. He's a high-tech Father Christmas. Oh, yes. Very high-tech.
Father Christmas of the 90s. Down he goes. And on the stage are lots and lots of the characters from the Christmas pageant waiting to greet him, including the pageant queen.
And this is what happens, of course, at the end of the pageant. All the people now crowd along behind and actually become part of the pageant. And they all come down here to see Father Christmas get up on the stage.
There he goes.
And wave to everybody before he goes into the magic cave.
There's the pageant queen with him and all the pageant princesses. And a singing clown.
With a beautiful credit-giving pageant queen, Tamara Maguire. So I want to have 3 cheers from all of you people now, as loudly as you possibly can. You're on camera. Make it a good one. Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Louder, louder. Come on, everybody. Let's really good. Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Knock his hat off his head. Come on, everybody. Hip, hip.
Hooray!
That's better.
3 cheers for Father Christmas. I think we should give him more than 3 cheers, don't you?
Oh, millions and millions and millions.
Oh, what an exciting time for everybody, for all young children, not just young children, I suppose for everybody.
I think the Christmas pageant is actually for adults as much as for children.
Of course it is.
Because you can see you see the joy in the children's eyes, and it really does make you remember that nothing's more important than family.
Nothing is more important than family, as all these people know, that the hundreds of thousands of people who come into Adelaide, lie in the streets and watch what is the best, the most famous Christmas pageant in the whole world, the Credit Union Christmas pageant.
And now, of course, given that it's been going for so many years, we've got generations of family members who come to the pageant. We've got children and their mothers and their fathers and their grandmothers and their grandfathers and their great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers all came to the pageant when they were children.
It goes so far back, doesn't it, into the early 1930s, when the very first Christmas pageant was put on.
And a great legacy from Sir Edward Hayward, whose initiative it was to bring this fabulous festival to Adelaide to herald the Christmas season.
And then over the years, all those wonderful people who have made sure that it did become a tradition by supporting it and making sure that it never, ever died.
That's right. And there goes Father Christmas.
Yes.
Down the steps, and he's got a special little truck, you know.
Has he?
That takes him off to the magic cave.
he's off into the Magic Cave, as we have to go too.
We do. We have to rush over and see if we can get into line for the Magic Cave.
Oh, I want to be there, yes. Okay, so we better go. We hope you had an absolutely wonderful time, as we did, for this, the 1999 Credit Union Christmas pageant. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Brenton, and we wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
With a very Merry Christmas and a welcoming wave, come and join me here inside the Magic Cave. It's so good to be back, and here in my sack are toys for all the girls and boys. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, all the joy and happiness and seasonal cheer. It's the time and the place to wear a happy face. It's the place where dreams come true. In the Magic Cave. 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 In the Magic Cave.
This year's Credit Union Christmas pageant, proudly brought to you by South Australia's leading credit unions. Today is Flinders Day. Let's cross now for an appeal update.
Donations have been rolling in all day. Thank you to the generosity of South Australians, but we're still a long way off our target. Currently at the total of $14,000, we need to get in excess of $50,000. Cancer research is a very, very important thing to contribute to. Please pick up the phones. They have been ringing, but they've gone a little bit quiet right now. Now, thanks to Rotary Club, who this morning took advantage of the pageant crowd, and they raised $1,300, so thanks very much to them. Please give us a call. The number 1300 130 575. It's all for a fantastic cause. South Australians are generous, so please keep putting your hands in your pocket. And any donations over $2, of course, are tax deductible. We look forward to talking to you if you give us a call shortly.
To make your donation, call 1300 130 575 right now to help the researchers at Flinders make a breakthrough in the fight against cancer.
Something even more potent from their arsenal. It was the summer of 1932-33. Amongst the English visitors were Captain Douglas Jardine, tearaway fast bowler Harold Larwood, and a word that was to become the most infamous in all of sport, bodyline.
The Australian captain continues to duck, but one ball kicked up suddenly and caught him over the heart. That was rather a nasty one, and it made the plucky...
Devised by Jardine to counter the amazing success of young Donald Bradman, the method was simple. By stacking the onside field and bombarding the Australians with short-pitched deliveries down the leg side, it left the Australian batsmen with just two options: risk losing their wicket or losing their head.
Had been batting splendidly, bit the dust in this little hill.
The man struck here is Bert Oldfield.
A fast ball caught him on the temple, and he staggers away from the wicket. So this is cricket.
The English tactic worked, and Australia went on to lose the series 4-1, with Bradman averaging just 56. A pretty ordinary result for the great man. Eventually, though, the Australian howls of protest did reach the MCC. But ironically, it wasn't until the West Indies tried the same tactics against England later that year that bodyline became just an unpleasant memory.
After all the publicity, all the haggling, the uproar and the bans, the start of the Packer series in Adelaide today was a fizzer.
And this would be another of the great upheavals, considered by the establishment as a scandal. World Series cricket.
On today's gate takings, the World Series cricket entrepreneur wouldn't have made a cracker.
It would, however, shake Test cricket to the core, because the game of cricket not only survived, but has transcended the twin evils of money and merchandising. And if ever there were a match that summed up everything that cricket is about, skill, thrills, drama, intrigue, and above all great sportsmanship, it would have to be the centenary test. After 100 years of test cricket, with Australia ahead on overall matches but not much in it, we were about to see one of the most amazing results ever. Many great memories would be revived and others created.
52 is Hooks, facing Gregg.
Debutant David Hook's punishment of Tony Gregg, slamming 5 consecutive boundaries.
A metre of it, and it is a 4.
There was the Aussie's sporting gesture in recalling Derek Randall, who'd been mistakenly given out.
The rampaging Lilly, and here's the record-breaking catch.
And Dennis Lilly's dazzling display that left the huge MCG crowd awestruck and the Poms literally skittled. And then on the last day, with just 1 wicket standing between England and defeat, an ending befitting this most historic of games.
By 45 runs, an exact repeat of the first ever Test match 100 years ago this month.
Up next, the heroes, the high flyers, and the game that inspires the noblest of passions.
As time goes
99's most eligible animals. Ben is an archaeologist and enjoys long walks in the park. Rob is into fine dining.
Has he always been this big?
Chip's the adventurous type, and Rover's a garbage collector from Perth. Harry's practice. Oh, and Cleo's most eligible bachelor will be there too. Then at 7...
Darren Hayes, the voice of Savage Garden, finally tells all.
Who's your best friend?
Colby. When the tough questions come...
You have sleepovers?
There's no holding back.
We used to.
Kids Speak, Sunday on 7.
I'm faster.
No, you are not.
You want a bet?
Okay.
Go. Possum grains, delicious fruit, honey, low in salt, high in fibre, low in fat.
2.25.
Yes.
My go.
Go.
Possum grains, delicious fruit, honey, low in salt, high in fibre, low in fat.
2.18.
It's the delicious variety of grains, fruit and honey that makes Kellogg's Just Right an absolute winner at any breakfast table.
So, you can clean the bathroom starting from now.
Not too heavy, not too light. It's just right.
Keeping all your insurance in one place has its rewards. If you have your home and motor insurance with SGIC, we'll help you save with a 10% discount off both. That's a bonus. Call SGIC on 133 233.
You know, the Millard's been good to us.
I know, but it's time we got a new van.
Yes, but at today's prices, how can we afford anything to match the...
Millard, the big seller of the 70s, is back. Exclusive to Spaceline Caravans. You want value for money? See the Millard range. And for a very special re-release price...
Bobcat, see him now at Spaceline Caravans. Bobcat!
Only one artist could bring the world's hottest stars together on one stunning album, Pavarotti and Friends, featuring Boyzone and Mariah Carey, plus the Latin fire of Ricky Martin. 18 sensational tracks, including Gloria Estefan and many more. Pavarotti and Friends. Get your copy now.
As time goes by.
Scott Russell coming onto the ground, getting a couple of goals. Eustace towards centre. Look at Grant.
It's a game that began in 1858 as a means of keeping cricketers fit in the winter. But it's grown into a fierce national competition where 100,000 fans at a grand final is considered, well, just an average crowd.
Schofield kick to centre half.
It's a cliche to say it, but in much of Australia, the AFL is a religion. But it just happens to be true, and this is the Holy of Holies, the Melbourne Cricket Ground. When two teams run out here on that last Saturday in September, We're in for a couple of furious hours of footy before we know who's won the premiership. But one thing we always know for certain, there won't be an empty seat in the house. No sport became so popular so quickly in Australia. By the time of this 1909 grand final between Carlton and South Melbourne, Aussie Rules was already attracting crowds of 50,000. Even then, many of the spectators were ladies, not too worried about getting their crinolines in a knot every time their team booted a goal. Being Melbourne, it rained, but not even a downpour could diminish the furious pace of that final. South Melbourne eventually downed the Blues 4-14 to 4-12, and their slender victory was greeted with the special euphoria Melbourne still reserves for Australian rules footy.
Even back in the early 1900s, or back before that, it was always been a fast game, non-stop, and I think the public liked it. And it's an entertaining game. There's a lot of scoring, a lot of spectacular things happen, and the players are great too, and that's the main thing. It's great entertainment.
On the left foot, he brings it to the
As with all major football codes in Australia, there's now huge money involved. Players can earn up to $500,000, and the new stadium will cost $200 million. A far cry from the days when a bloke played for a new suit. As for the fans, well, they'll give you advice for nothing. To say Melbourne's footy fanatics are passionate is an understatement. One even missed his wife's funeral to attend the game. But they'd only been married for 25 years.
Salmon has to kick this goal to put the Bombers in front.
And ever since a famous incident when Essendon coach Kevin Sheedy brandished his jacket to make a point after the winning goal was kicked against arch rivals the West Coast Eagles, the fans will literally give you the shirt off their backs. The twirling of the jackets, restricted only to Bombers and Eagles fans, is pretty well the only new invention in barracking since the Mexican wave. But it seems not all Australians are mad keen about the game. Ex-rugby league great Rex the Moose Mossop for one.
They're playing a game that's going nowhere. It doesn't get any credence overseas, and I think it's a bullshit game. I really do. The rules are just not the sort of rules that should be in a man's game, in my view.
Yeah, Rex is right. These guys are cream puffs, ballerinas, pansies. In fact, footy became so damaging to the general health of the young male population, new rules and draconian penalties had to be enforced. And gone now are the days when hot-headed behaviour made a man a hero. Well, except the coaches, that is.
Healy off! Ellingworth on! Bloody weak as piss. Don't look at me like that. How many kicks have you got? That's the answer to everything. Possessions. You give me possessions and I'll shut up. Nothing yet.
Yes, over the years there's been plenty to get excited about. Moments of high drama and moments of sheer comedy. And inevitably the same old questions arise. Who was the greatest? Among the pantheon of heroes, Skilton, Farmer, Ablett, Jezelenko, Barassi, Kekovich, Schimmelbusch, Silvani, Bartlett, a litany. And they'll be argued about long after they've gone to the great grandstand in the sky. Is the greatest hero Plugger Lockett with the most goals? Or Ted Whitten with the most guts? Who will ever forget the last lap while stricken with cancer? But ironically, one who's not in the official team of immortals is the name that everyone still sings about after 50 years. High-flying Roy Cazaly. It's said that back in World War II, the diggers even led their bayonet charges with this cry. After the break, rare home movies of the first Aussie games. And the tumble that turned to sporting triumph.
As time goes
A
girl with an unusual occupation faces two choices.
Charlie Wilde is pregnant.
Her career or motherhood.
Last thing I need now is a bloody kid.
You're the father.
This is an issue that will divide them. All Saints, Tuesday on 7.
It's a team spirit, built on our training, about fine food and wine, style, training to provide unrivaled levels of safety and reliability, and of course, service, by some of the best people in the business, our own. And as for the smile, well, that just comes naturally. New style, new service, new spirit.
Keeping all your insurance in one place has its rewards. If you have your home and motor insurance with SGIC, we'll help you save with a 10% discount off both. That's a bonus. Call SGIC on 133 233.
Yep, a check's in the mail. No, seriously, the check is in the mail. Your Sunday mail, that is. So, if you want this $50,000 check made out to you, here's your chance. Collect the 4 checks in the Sunday mail from October 24th to November 14th to enter the draw. The Sunday mail. A good read, guaranteed.
Wait for it. Wait for this weekend. Selected carpets will be sold at half price. Rugs will be sold at half price. Vinyl floor will be sold at half price. Look for the green price tags. Save Saturday and Sunday. Next, join the party with Whoopi Goldberg.
Now I'm undercover again.
Kathy Nagini.
Hello.
Sister Act 2, next on 7.
As time goes by.
There's no question that when it comes to sport, one arena towers above all the rest, the Olympics. Australia is one of only 3 countries in the world who've been at every Olympics since the modern era began in 1896. Edwin Flack won our first gold medals at those games, and we've won scores of them since. But in all our wonderful pageant of sporting history, is there anyone or anything that stands out above all the rest? Well, yes, I think there is. One of the most moving and memorable moments in the history of Australian sport happened here at Olympic Park in Melbourne in 1956. The National Mile Championship had a star-studded field, including Australia's first 4-minute miler, John Landy, and the young Ron Clark. In the third lap, Clark fell. This is that moment. And John Landy, after he'd leapt clear, went back to help him. The fallen Clark told Landy to keep going, and he did. When he took off again to chase the field, he'd lost some 7 seconds. But Landy still bolted around the last lap to win the race in the amazing time of 4 minutes, 4.2 seconds. A classic sporting gesture from a great athlete.
Yeah, that was John Landy. I mean, John Landy was a human first and an athlete later, and I like to think that, you know, most other people would have too.
Now, of course, you'll recall Ron Clark was that man who ran into the Olympic Stadium with the torch in 1956. And among the 100,000 people in the grandstand watching him on that historic day was someone else you'll remember. Ken Edwards and his family. Ken Edwards knew a thing about the friendly games. The Newcastle engineering firm he worked for helped construct the Melbourne Olympic Aquatic Centre. By November 1956, the job was finished. Ken's role was to document the job on film, but ever the professional, he wanted to give the production a bit more sparkle. And that meant sweet-talking the bureaucrats into giving him entree.
November 28.
Managed to squeeze a pass out, which I picked up at 9:30 a.m. With this, I marched into the pool building legally, and also the athletics, hockey and soccer field illegally, by flashing the precious pass and staging a diversion at the same moment. Michael and I had a great day tricking the officials and got some excellent shots. Huh. They slipped badly giving me that one pass.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. As time goes